Welcome to the channel and welcome to 8th edition Warhammer 40k. It's Eldar versus Space Marines. So the 13th are here to kill and destroy, and Craftworld Altioch are here to kill and destroy. So we are playing the Maelstrom of War game, Kill Confirmed, and the Eldar will be deployed into this quarter. We're playing quarter for deployments. They've got this deployment zone, there's one objective there, and the 13th have that deployment zone, that quarter. There is two objectives there. It looks like the roads into this city are very vital. We've got objective there, there, and there at all 3 points that this road comes into the city. This is a vital route for all of the forces. There's one inside this massive ruin there, and one inside this massive ruin here. Here are the critical objectives that with which we will be fighting over. In this Maelstrom of War game, you draw 3 cards a turn, every turn, and because we're trying to kill each other, you can't discard a card that says slay the warlord or kill something with a fly keyword or blood and guts. Any order that tells you to kill something, you cannot discard it. You have to score it. You can't chuck it away unless it is impossible to score. And as well as racking those points up, we'll get a point a turn or a point for every single unit that you kill as well. So we'll be scoring points for the tactical mission objectives that we control. We're getting points for every single unit that we tear apart. There's First Blood, there's Slay the Warlord, there's Linebreaker. This is a 2,600 point game between Craftworld Daziani and Space Marines. The Craftworld must tear their way through the Space Marine force to find the thread they need to cut, and the Space Marines, well, we just get to kill Xenos, which is what we like best. My Space Marine chapter will be using Iron Hands chapter tactics because it's just easy to remember when I'm filming. And Table Quarters mentioned that. Last thing probably left to mention is Paul back. Paul's back. Say hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Paul back on the channel. Previously bringing chaos. This time you've turned to the Xenos.
Yep.
Thank you. I like killing Eldar. Thank you.
I've brought plenty for you to kill.
Nice. Let's go and have a look at these armies. Right, this is 2,600 points worth of Space Marines using Iron Hands chapter tactics. It's a single battalion detachment, which gives me 6 command points. The Warlord for my army is brother, Captain Sol Garrow. He's got a Storm Shield and he has the Burning Blade. It's basically an AP -5 relic blade. I've given him Iron Resolve as well, which gets his wounds up to 6, and he gets a 6 up ignore damage, which stacks with the Iron Hands chapter thing. And the Librarian coming with him has Might of Heroes, which is +1 strength to attack and toughness, and also Veil of Time, basically re-rolling charges. Now, in my battalion, I've got some shooty stuff. There's a Whirlwind, a Thunderfire, and a unit of Devastators with 3 las cannons and a heavy bolter there. And the tactical thing to do would be to put my captain back in amongst them so they get to re-roll hit rolls of 1 when I'm shooting, and do the captain backfield castle thing one more time. But I really want to kill these Eldar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick him in the Storm Raven along with 5 Terminators, stick an Ironclad Dreadnought on the back with a Heavy Flamer and a Melter, and fly in through the city streets and find targets of opportunities and try and tear them limb from limb. I've got a Storm Talon jinking through the buildings as well. Some bikes, no special weapons on these bikes, just a Power Claw on the Sergeant. There's a unit of...
Lightning Claw, you're not an orc.
Lightning Claw. Yeah, Lightning, thank you. There is 8 Stern Guard, because of points. 2 dedicated transports, brought some Whirlwind, brought some Razorback assault cannons along because they're too good not to take. And then in the troops, 2 units of tactical marines. This front squad has a Plasma Combi Plasma, and the second squad has a Flamer Combi Flamer. And then 20 scouts. The first 2 squads are close combat scouts with power weapons on the sergeant. And the second 2 squads are shooty scouts with sergeants of shotguns, because all the Hollywood movies I've ever seen tell me that sergeants have shotguns. And then 2 land speeder storms. So I've got plenty of bodies spread out all over the place. I've got some mobility with the bikes. Remember, flyers can never take objectives. They can get line breaker, things like that, but they can never take objectives. So some mobility, and lots of bodies. Well, I thought I had lots of bodies, and then I saw all the Asiani Eldar that Paul has brought. There's a lot of them.
Oh, Jesus, how am I going to pronounce that? You just filmed that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. This is 2,600 points worth of Craftworld Eldar. It's a brigade detachment, which gives Paul 12 command points. It's Craftworld Altiok, and they really love their paths. Paths? Their aspects. Craftworld Altiok are purer or more zealot when it comes to the paths, the aspects, than some of the other Craftworld. Right, so we've got 3 HQ here. What am I looking at, Paul?
Okay, so on the left, you have my Warlord.
Yes.
He is a Farseer with a singing spear.
A singing spear.
Yeah, that's the one. It's basically a hand-thrown las cannon.
But is it called a singing spear?
Yeah.
That's a weapon you bring to a fight.
Yeah.
And it sings.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Just think of the ignominy of being killed by a singing spear.
It's not going to kill me. He's going to miss with this. It's going to too busy singing.
He's going to miss on a 2+.
Oh no.
His Warlord trait is Puritanical Leader. That's an Alatok trait.
Okay.
As, basically, friendly Alatok units within 6 inches of him do not take morale tests.
All right.
Which will be all of them apart from Karandaras the Shadow Hunter.
I like it. That makes very narrative strength.
Who we'll come on to in a second. He's also got the Relic as the Farseer.
Okay.
He's got, I'll try and pronounce this correctly, the Shift Shroud of Alan Sayre. Alan Sayre, yeah. I imagine it's supposed to have some kind of more eloquent pronunciation with it, but it's spelled Alan Sayre.
So what does Alan's Shroud do?
Alan's Shroud is enemies must subtract another 1 from shooting attacks, another 1 to hit. It's -1 to hit, yeah.
Because Craftworld Altiok is -1 to shoot at if you're more than 12 inches away?
That's correct,
Or is it within
Fieldcraft.
12 inches as well?
No, it's more than 12 inches away.
Fieldcraft.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this also effectively lets him deep strike.
Okay.
But it must be at the end of the first movement phase.
So he's going to be -1 to hit and another -1 to hit, and he can deep strike.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, and he's got Doom and Executioner.
Because it fits the narrative.
Because it fits the narrative.
I like it. And then there's a green guy.
Okay, that's Karandaras the Shadow Hunter.
Okay.
He is the Phoenix Lord of the Striking Scorpions.
The green guys.
Yes.
Yes.
The green guys. Yes.
And this guy?
That's Illic Nightspear. He's the basically the ranger character.
Okay.
So he's got an uber good sniper rifle.
Uber good sniper rifle, Farseer, and one of the thingy bobs.
Phoenix Lords.
Phoenix Lords, because they're important, right? Phoenix Lords?
Yes.
Yes.
So the Phoenix Lords are, for those of people who aren't too familiar with the Eldar background, when an Eldar takes on a path,
yes,
they become that path. So
yes,
these guys, they may have been butchers, bakers, candlestick makers previously, but they're now, when they're wearing their ceremonial armour, they are the war of the Scorpion.
Yeah.
They are striking scorpions. Some Eldar get lost on their path,
right,
and can never ever return from it or put
yes,
it to one side. They become Exarchs.
Yes.
And some Exarchs become so mighty, they go a step further and become the legendary embodiment of that aspect of war, that aspect of Keelan Mesha Kane, the bloody-handed god.
Okay, so this guy essentially knows no other path. This is his only way of war. I like it. Is there any troops in this army anywhere? I can't see any troops.
6.
6, okay.
So.
Guardians.
Guardians, yes.
These are the squishy ones.
Guardians are the...
Butchers, bakers, candlestick makers.
Butchers, bakers, candlestick makers, or plumbers, as I like to coin them. They're not the staple army, they're reservists, they're called up.
Yeah.
And they're a bit more so in the fluff now, but back in the day, they were the couple of units you had at the back. They would be responsible for holding objectives. They were your last line of defence.
Okay.
It's your aspects that formed the majority of your host, guarded by your Farseers.
And one of them shooting a missile launcher.
There is one of them. Any one of them can shoot the missile launcher.
Nice. And then what's this? 3 units of...
These are the Star Striders. 3 units of Rangers, max size.
Nice.
They've all got sniper rifles. They've all got... They're scouts, basically. Equivalent of Space Marine scouts.
They can target characters. And are they minus... They get -1, an extra -1 to hit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are -2. if I shoot them.
There's a gorgeous stratagem in the deck that's just for elite units.
Okay.
It's 1 point.
Yeah.
You put it on a unit of rangers.
Yeah.
And then for the whole of that phase, the enemy can only hit them on 6s.
Really?
Yeah.
And you've got 12 command points to play with.
That's right. Yeah.
You really mean to follow through with this kill confirmed order, right? Find out where the Strand of Fate is and snip it out.
Yeah, pretty much.
And some of these are Dire Avengers?
Yes, 2 units of Dire
They're
Avengers.
troops as well, right?
They are troops. They are the most numerous aspect shrines in any craft world. So there are normally more of them in any war host.
Okay.
So that's why they're troops.
This one's got the dual shuriken thingy. Well, this unit will have a 5-up invulnerable save, right?
That's correct,
He's
yeah.
got the shieldy thing.
Yep.
Okay, other aspects. You've got all the aspects here then. We've got Striking Scorpions.
Not all of them.
Which are the close combat ones.
They're one of the close combat ones. These are the Horde killers.
Okay.
They've got lots of attacks and a reasonable strength, but they don't go through your armour.
Okay.
I mean, they've got Scorpion Claws and Biting Blades, which do a bit, but the ones that go through armour are Howling Banshees.
Which you haven't got.
I haven't got here. They are my favourite aspect of all time. I absolutely love them, but their way of war is kind of juxtaposed to the Elatok way of war. These guys all lay in wait and ambush their foes.
Yes.
The Howling Banshees psychically scream and charge them in their face.
So because of the narrative, you said no to them.
I did. I did.
I love you a little bit right now. That's cool.
Yeah, and they're really good against Marines as well. So it's a shame.
Warp spiders.
Warp spiders.
Jumpy around all over the place with big guns.
Yep, with their monofilament guns, which will turn you to soup.
Yes, yeah.
Swooping.
Sweeping Hawks.
Yay!
These guys can jump back into reserve again, right?
They can, yeah.
And their guns are only strength 3, but they throw down lots of shots.
4 shots each.
Right, okay.
And they're 2-foot assault. Mm-hmm. And whenever they land, they drop grenades on a unit within 12 inches and do mortal wounds to it.
That's not very friendly.
No, it's not.
Fire dragons with basically melters.
Yeah,
These
fusion
are
guns, aka melter guns.
good for taking out tanks and things.
Yep.
A wave serpent.
Yep, Wave Serpent, no additional kits, unfortunately. I don't have the points.
Okay, missile launchers and things. This is a falcon.
Yeah, it's a Falcon with whatever that gun's called, pulse laser, star cannon, and twin shuriken catapult.
Do they have a transport capacity as well, right?
6.
Yeah.
Yes.
So wave serpents are the transport.
Yep.
These things are your tanks, but they can put 6 people in. These things can put 12 people in.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
They're good for it if you've got an odd unit of 5 Dire Avengers. They're good for having those in there because they can hop out and hop onto objectives and
or
things.
Fire dragons.
Or fire dragons.
Okay. Don't know what these are.
And these are support weapon platforms.
Right.
So these particular choices, they are big versions of that gun.
Okay. Can they fire indirectly?
Yes.
They can.
They get D6 shots each, strength 6, effectively rending, so -3 on a roll of the 6 up.
It makes sense for a city fight to bring these so you can fire up and over the ruins. It's something that they would definitely bring with them. We got a Viper, so it's a fast skimmer, zipping around, and Warwalkers outflank now, I believe.
They do,
used to
yes.
scout, but now they can come in from the edges.
Now they can come from the edges, and they indeed are going to.
Is that automatically in turn 1, or can you pick like turn 2, turn 3?
It's any turn you want.
Any turn you want?
Yeah, it's a deep strikey, reservey type thing.
Okay.
And these I've got with shuriken catapults, and because of the Army special rule,
yes,
I can advance and fire assault weapons with no penalty. So these will be able to run at, sort of 15, 18 inches a turn and fire all their guns at full...
1 minute. So you can run and shoot and stuff, and you're also -1 to hit.
Yeah.
You get both of them.
Yeah.
Eldar, eh?
Get one of them for being Eldar and one of those for being Elatok.
Okay, nice. So lots and lots of bodies. The aspects almost fully represented here as you're trying to sweep and clear every single thing in the 13th. Let's go on to deployment. Right, we're deployed for this 2,600 point game of Kill Confirmed, where the Space Marines of the 13th are being drawn into this city. There's an objective under there, an objective over there, drawn forward, already taken some of these critical objectives, which have been identified by High Command, into the Eldar trap, where they mean to snip one of the strands of fate, one of the lives of one of the Space Marines here. We just are going to try and tear the crap out of each other. There's a unit of Devastators in their perch here. I've got the Thunderfire and Whirlwind there. Sol Garrow, Brother Captain Sol Garrow, and a Librarian, and an Ironclad, and 5 Terminators are in the Storm Raven. Here's the Storm Talon hurtling through the streets, pushing their way forward. Stern Guard, a Tactical Squad. There's another Tactical Squad busting through the windows into this ruined chapel. And Scouts, of course, have already pushed up and into the battle grid. 1 unit here, 1 unit behind the wall there. 1 unit are perilously close to the enemy, charging down the road, basically spreading out to help deny the deep striking and infiltrating of the Eldar, because there's not a lot of them left. There's a unit of Dire Avengers in this Wave Serpent. The Falcon's empty. Here are the support batteries. Once you deploy them on the battlefield, they each count as a separate unit. So there's a point, there's a point, there's a point if I kill them. Guardians in the backfield holding on to this ruin here. And that's it, because...
There's a Viper tucked in there as well.
There's a Viper?
Yeah.
There's a Viper somewhere. Ah, there's a Viper under here as well. And that's it, because you have got a lot of infiltrating, outflanking, deep striking, plus you played 3 command points to stick some stuff in. This is all your stuff in reserve.
Yep.
This is a lot of stuff in reserve. So these guys deploy after we figure out who goes first.
So does he.
So does he. And then you put something in the webway. These 2 things in the webway. That costs 3 command points already, dropping you down to 9. And the rest are, well, they're in the Wave Serpent, and the rest are infiltrating.
These are in the warp.
Like they're in the warp.
They're in the sky.
Yes.
He's on there somewhere, but he's wearing the cloak of Alan.
Alan,
so,
yes.
Yeah. And these are lying in wait. They're already there, but lying in wait. And these mad so-and-sos are sprinting in like nobody's business from some other direction.
Okay, so it's like the Noose is closing in. So that's what deployment looks like. Currently, you actually beat me to the drop. I think also as well, I've got like 1 or 2 more units to kill than you. So you could potentially kill me when it comes to points for killing stuff. But now we need to roll off to see who goes first. We need to find out whether the 13th came speeding onto the battle grid and have managed to get into position before the Eldar fire the first shot, or whether the Eldar have set their trap perfectly. So it's the chapter approved roll off. I'm rolling a dice, and then you're rolling a dice and adding 1. So let's see whether Sol Garrow was quick enough. I've got a 6. Interesting. You've got a 4. That's a 5.
Not a 6.
So the Space Marines managed to get onto this battle grid first, unless you want to try and steal the initiative.
You betcha.
Get that first shot in. No, that's a 1. The 13th, speed forward. They catch the Eldar slightly before they're prepared, before the War Walkers and the Webway portals open a flash around them. Let's go on to Space Marines. Turn 1. And quickly, before we begin, the Eldar Rangers have suddenly appeared on the Auspex. We've got a unit here, a unit there with the Illic Night Spear, and a unit up in the ruined cathedral throwing firepower down on the scouts below them. Suddenly, there are a lot more Eldar on the Auspex. Now, let's see what the orders are for the 13th. Here are the orders for the 13th. Supremacy. Take any 3 objectives which I already control of. Seize the initiative. Moved into the ruined city. And I've already getting supremacy. Overwhelming firepower. Just kill stuff. And assassinate. Kill a character. Now I can't discard these cards until they are achieved. And assassinate is going to be very hard for me. Here we are after the movement phase for the Space Marines, and after zipping onto this battlefield before the Eldar were ready and establishing position, I'm now mainly holding firm. The flyers staying over on that side of the battle grid, moving forward, ready to throw shots down into this unit of snipers here. And there was a unit of scouts that have come forward. They're there. That would be a 9-inch charge to jump up and attack these snipers. Just a house rule here, that floor to that floor, that would be a 3-inch movement between these 2 floors. Always play it that way, otherwise no one would ever be able to get up there. So 3 inches a level is what we play. Yeah, so flyers coming on this side, ready to hose down fire into them, along with the tactical marines, along with the bikes. I am very conscious that if I zipped over here with both of my flyers, I'm aware of all the stuff that will be pouring out of webways or dropping down from the sky, and both of my flyers will be exposed and get utterly annihilated. This way I keep them safe for a turn or two, and it gives Paul some interesting decisions to make, whether he wants to bring all his reserves in straight away or whether he wishes to hold them firm, because I have a bubble of protection running all the way across this side of this ruined city. Nothing is going to come in from my flanks or behind me yet. He's going to need to blow holes in these forces first. Do you have supremacy? There's an objective there that the Razorback had to go back to. The reason why the Razorback had to move is because I had to zip the Land Speeder Storm back to fill this gap. Again, don't want some fire dragons suddenly appearing in my back line very close to the whirlwind. It's not going to happen. They're back there, and the bike zipping up there. The third objective is in the ruined cathedral there. So that is supremacy. Kill a character.
You've been trained as long-range scouts. You're meant to infiltrate behind enemy lines. And what do they say to you? Sit at the back and look out for aspect warriors.
Yes, yeah. He's the long-range scout who's been around in the back. He's out there.
Bitter.
No, he's holding rear protection. It's his job. He's fine. That's why he's not a proper Space Marine yet. Let's go on to the shooting phase. Opening up the shooting phase, this speeder moved, so be hitting on 4s, and a shot at the scouts, so it's -1 to hit because they're Altioc, another -1 to hit because they're scouts or rangers. Hitting on 6s, didn't do anything. These scouts, however, did take out one of the rangers over there, which is nice, the first sniff of Eldar blood. I'm sure it's green, little green men. Now the assault cannons on the Razorback are firing in at this wave serpent. So this is -1 to hit, right?
It is, but I'm going to play lightning fast reflexes
right.
on one command point. On a unit with fly, there's 2 of them as a target in the shooting phase, makes it another -1 to hit.
Oh, okay. So instead of hitting on 3s, I'm now hitting on 5s.
Yep.
Because that wave serpent's lightning fast?
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. 5s to hit. And the SM Battle Report logo is 6s. So that's 5 6s there. That's all my 6s for the rest of the game, I think. Toughness 7?
7, yeah.
Yeah, so 5s to wound. 2. Just 2 at -1, sir. And
2 fails.
2 fails. Do you have Spirit Stones or any of those
Couldn't
things?
afford them.
No?
How much damage is it? 2 per shot or
yeah,
1?
it's 1.
It's 1 per shot, okay. No, it takes 2 wounds.
Nice. Leaves the Wave Serpent with 11 wounds left. Now that's jinking away. The Devastators in the sniper nest are going to fire down at him as well. Heavy bolter out of range. Not going to fight him because that will last until the end of the turn.
It will.
I'm going to fire at the Falcon instead. So this is 3 las cannons. Heavy bolter out of range. One of them using a Signum. So it would be hitting on 2s, but now I'm hitting on a 3. That's a hit. And the 2 las cannons hit on 4s. That's 3 hits. These are las cannons. Strength 9, toughness lower than 9. Wounding on 3s. 3 wounds, my friend, at -3 AP.
-3, okay. Saves are 6s.
And you make 2 of them. Well
Would
done.
you credit that?
Yeah, okay, so you roll 6s, I roll 6s. This does d6 damage. 5 damage. After the Devastators, the Whirlwind can fire indirectly. We are in range, so we're going to fire at the Falcon as well. This is 2d3 shots. That's 4 shots. This is Vengeance Launchers, and I'll be hitting on 4s because you're Altio, and 1 hit. Strength 7, toughness 7?
Yep.
Toughness 7. Wounding on a 4. That's a wound, and it's -1.
Okay.
Which you make. Otherwise, that would have been 2 damage a pop. Right, Rangers back here. Guardians out of range. So Rangers are really hard to hit. The Guardians out of range of the T-Fire, the Thunderfire Cannon, but this battery isn't. So let's fire a Thunderfire Cannon battery at an Eldar Shiny Viper battery, whatever it's called.
Which one are you shooting at? They're 3 separate units now.
Can I shoot at that one?
You certainly can, sir.
Seems to be closest. 4d3 shots. So this would be hitting on 3s, but hitting on 4s because of Alatoc. Am I getting that right?
I always pronounced it Altioc for years. Then I actually read it and realised it says Alatoc.
Alatoc, okay. Strength 5, toughness of the battery.
5.
Is it? Okay.
Indeed.
Force to wound. 2 wounds at -1, 1 damage.
Okay, 5 up saves.
Takes 2 wounds. Right, so that support battery has 3 wounds left, and now everything from the castle is out of range from your stuff here. The only thing that I've got left to shoot at is this unit of scouts, and I really need to get overwhelming firepower. So let's open up with the shots that are unlikely to do anything first. Let's open up with the scouts on scouts, rangers. Right, Paul's played another stratagem. What's it called?
Pathfinders.
What does that do?
Means you can only hit them on 6s this turn.
Only hit on 6s.
From
Brilliant.
shooting. You can punch them to death all you like.
I'll try and punch you if I don't kill you in the shooting phase. Right, the scouts firing up. The shotgun first from the sergeant. 6s. No. And then the 4 bolt guns. And we're in rapid fire, I think.
Yep.
6s. 2 hits. 3s. 2 wounds.
3s.
Yeah, they've got a 5-up save and +1 to their cover, plus 2 to their cover. So you make both of them. 3-up save. So 6s to hit with a 3-up save in here. This is going to be tricky. Okay, so on to the tactical squad there. Firing the bolt guns first. Everyone is in range. I need 6s. That's 1 hit, wounding on a 3. That's a wound with a...
Yep.
You make it. And then the 2 plasma. There's a plasma and a combi plasma. 6s. Nothing. Okay, on to the Storm Talon. Right, checking the rules. Skyhammer, 60-inch range. I love it. So it's going to come down here and smack into that Falcon. It's a heavy weapon, so it's -1 to hit, but it's +1 to hit because that has the fly keyword.
And then minus another 1 because of fieldcraft.
Yes, and then the assault cannons in and these guys. So let's do the Skyhammers.
But
so
just
this
to
would be hit
clarify
on
the
force.
point that you made earlier.
Yes.
You speculated that the assault cannons couldn't hit because they'd be -1 because they're heavy. 6 -1 is 7. You couldn't do it. But
Yes.
this rule is very specific. It's irrespective of any modifiers, plus or minus. So
Right.
even if it would be 7, 6s is still hit.
Okay, so that's what the Pathfinder stuff does.
Yeah.
Just 6s regardless of modifiers. Anyway, 3 Skyhammer shots in at this Falcon here. 4s to hit. I get a hit. Strength 7, toughness 7. I don't get a wound. Twin assault cannon, 12 shots. 6s. I get 2 of them. Strength 6 though, and your toughness
3.
squishy.
Bend like reed, snap like twig.
2s to wound. 2 wounds at -1, so 4 ups.
Oh, you got one.
One of them dies, finally. Now twin bolt guns on the bikes out of rapid fire range, so just 10 shots, 6s. I got 3.
4.
Nice.
4.
No, I got 3. That was in.
Okay.
They were already there. 3s, 1 wound,
One
more die.
You would do another one.
and then the Storm Raven is in range with all of its guns. 2 multi-motors, no. 2 missiles, no. And then the 12 of the twin assault cannons. 1 wounds on a 2. Wounds, 4-up save. Save. Have I only killed 3?
You got 3. You've got 3, man.
Let's find out whether that Razorback can fire through the windows up as well. Yes, he can. He is in range. 6s to hit.
Oh, it's glued in place.
What's glued in place?
The cannon.
2 hits. No, yeah, it doesn't.
Doesn't swivel.
The lid comes off, but it doesn't swivel. 2s. That's for travelling purposes, so I don't break it when I'm pulling. Yeah. 2s to wound. 2 more wounds at 2 4-up saves. I kill another one. And that's the end of my shooting phase. Everything else out of range or line of sight because this is a dense city that we're fighting in, or because I've been cowardly, tactical and staying back and keeping this bubble up. The only thing left to do is this 9-inch charge with these scouts. Now you get to Overwatch, plunging fire down from the ruin up above into the scout squad. I don't think I'm going to kill you in close combat, but I want to shut down the shooting. So 6 shots, hitting on 6.
With my sniper rifles?
3 hits.
Okay.
They are sharp shooters.
They are indeed.
Strength 4.
4s to wound.
Yep.
No.
No wounds.
Sharpshooters, rubbish bullets.
Yeah. This is a 9-inch charge for the Emperor and all that. No, that didn't happen. Now we have morale on the Rangers. 4 plus 4 is 8. I think they're okay. And that's the end of turn 1 for the 13th. No first blood. I haven't killed anything or achieved any of my objectives except for supremacy, which will be D3 points. And that's a 1-point You can't modify that anymore. You can't spend command points on that anymore to change it with the new chapter approved rules. So at the end of turn 1, it's 1 point for the 13th. And are they leadership 7?
Yep.
One is melted back into the shadows. 1 point for the 13th, 0 points for the Eldar as we go on to Alteok. The pointy guys, turn 1. Here are the orders for the craft world. Essentially, their high command want them to get deep within the Space Marine lines because defend objective 1 and secure objective 2 with Strands of Fate are both controlled by the Space Marines. Overwhelming firepower, though, just destroy stuff in the shooting phase. This mission is called Kill Confirmed, and yes, they just want to kill stuff. Interrupting the movement phase, group of sweeping hawks jumping in here. They can throw their grenade pack on any unit within 12 inches, and it's the unit scouts just there. And it's a dice for every single sweeping hawk.
Yarp.
-6s, you do mortal wounds. Grenades just bounce around them. Here we are after the Eldar movement phase. Just as I've stayed, KG stayed back, so have the Azayani. Most of the stuff back here staying still. Dire Avengers coming out of the Wave Serpent and going to unload on this unit of scouts here. Remember, they've got overwhelming firepower. That'll be a point. First Blood is also up for grabs. That's another point. And if they kill a unit, that's another point. Because of the Kill Confirm mission. Potentially 3 points there. Warp Spiders jumping in on this flank. Not losing anyone to flicker jump. And the Vipers over here. And that's about it. Both of the units of Striking Scorpions still in reserve. And the Dire Avengers and Fire Dragons still in the webway. KG and the Warwalkers still outflanking, still hurtling in from the flanks, either right or left or wherever they are. A KG feeling out process for now. We're trying to probe each other's defences, find weak spots in each other's forces. Let's move on to the shooting phase. No psychers on the field.
Yes, there are.
Is there? There's
he's
a psycho.
He's bravely hiding in that impenetrable spot in that building.
All right, he popped in as well. Okay, psychic phase. Casting Doom.
7 up. Yes.
Doom succeeding and going on the tactical squad down in the ruins here.
Are they not Stone Guard?
No, the Stone Guard are back there. Those are just a tactical squad.
That's what they're going on. Doesn't matter what they are.
Yep, they're doomed. Opening up hostilities. Viper hitting the storm. Hitting on a 4 because it moved.
Yep.
With a missile launcher.
That's really quite cocked.
Pretty cocked. And that's a hit.
Hits.
Strength 8, toughness.
Strength
8. Well, 3s to wound. Doesn't wound. Next up, the Warp Spiders picking on this land speeder storm here. There's 9 of them, so that's 18 shots. But the Exarch has an extra 2 shots, so 20 shots. Hitting on 3s. Strength 6, toughness 5, wounding on 3s. And any 6s are minus a lot. So those 6s just burn straight through the armour. And the rest, the Landspeed Storm has a 4-up save with 7 wounds. So how many other ones have I?
It's 4 other saves.
4 other saves of 4-up. And I make 2 of them, so I take 5 wounds in total, leaving the Storm with 2 wounds left. It's still flying. Trying to finish off. The Rangers now firing at the Storm. 36-inch range with their guns, and that was pretty good shooting. This is strength 4, toughness 5, but any 6s do mortal wounds, right? So a couple of 6s and it's gone. No 6s. In fact, you only get 1 wound. Trying to take out the pilot there. This is a 4-up save, which I make. Still got 2 wounds left on this Land Speeder Storm. It's jinking right, it's jinking left.
We'll come back to that.
Okay. Right, next up, Wave Falcon. Falcon? It's not a wave anything, is it?
No.
It's just a Falcon firing at the Razorback through this gap here. What you got?
Got Pulse Laser and Star Cannon.
Which is going first?
Pulse Laser.
Pulse Laser. 3s to hit, you stayed still. 1 hit. Strength?
8.
Toughness 7. That does it. Minus
3.
Minus 3, so I need a 6-up, which I fail. How much damage does that do?
3.
3, okay. I think it's down to 8. I think they start off with 11. Have to check in a second.
And 2 Star Cannons.
2 Star Cannons, yeah. 3s to hit. 1 hit, strength.
6.
No wounds. So 3 wounds off the Razorback. Razorback start off with 10. It's got 7 wounds left. And now the Wave Serpent is firing everything down through the ruins, down at the Razorback as well. So we've got a Shuriken Cannon. And it stays still. And you're hitting on 3s. Yep. And they all hit. And it's a cannon. I don't know what it is.
6. Running on 5s.
Okay.
Nope.
Nothing? Okay.
Nada.
Star cannons? It's got 2 of them.
No, they're not star cannons. They are Eldar missile launchers.
Are they?
Firing starshot missiles.
Streaking through the ruins.
Crack missiles, basically. Or
Oh, and 2 go wide. So far, the firepower of the craft welders has not made much of a dent. So now, Paul really wants to murder stuff. We've got 18 shuriken catapult shots coming in at the scouts, hitting on 3s. And that doesn't... No, it's okay.
it's alright, bad average.
Strength 4, toughness 4, so wounding on 4s. And is it 6s and -3 or -4?
-3.
So 6s would just burn straight through their armour because they're only scouts. There's a lot of 6s.
That's 4 dead and 5 saves.
5 saves of 4 up. And I make 4 of them. So 5 die in total, right?
Yep.
And Iron Hands Chapter Tactics. I need 6s to stay alive. To deny you first blood. Well, you've got other things to shoot, but 6s. And 1 sergeant. The sergeant with his shotgun will be there, yelling at you.
Right, before you turn that off,
Yes.
I'm going to play a stratagem, which is
Yes.
fire and fade.
Yes.
So they've shot, they can now move.
Can they?
Mm.
Okay.
1 command point.
I like it. So while the sergeant looks around as his comrades dying all around him, the Dire Avengers then zip back into cover. Nice.
So,
Yes, sir.
I'm going to fire the Exarch at him.
Okay. Exarch from the Swooping Hawks coming in at the sergeant.
Because
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that you'll take these ones off first, and I wouldn't be able to shoot them with the Hawk's Talon anyway, because it's a better gun.
Yes. And the remaining shots coming in at these doomed tactical squads.
So doomed.
Doomed. Do you want to fire the Exarch first? It's 3 shots, right, this gun?
4.
4 shots.
And this one's strength 5.
Okay. Is it?
Yep.
3's to hit.
3's to wound.
And there's a 6, right? So
Yeah.
4 up save. Oh no, they don't have, and I make it, they don't have the shuriken thingy up, I don't think. And another one. I make both of them.
Right.
Yeah, so it doesn't have the rending rule. The Hawk's Talon is a strength 5 version of their gun. The rest of their guns are strength 3. But 4 each, this could sting. Right, these guys will be hitting on 3s, but winning on 5s with a reroll because of Doom. After rolling a hit and rolling a wound, I've got this many saves to make. I am in a ruin, so I do get a +1 to this. So 2 ups, and there's 2 1s there, and then 6 up Iron Hands Chapter Tactics. Only 2 Marines die.
The ruins saved you 5.
Okay, what was that, Paul?
The plan is falling apart.
Nothing is dying. So you got some scouts up there that could take on him. You got some scouts there. There's a missile launcher in this squad that still hasn't fired, and your support batteries, but you still have not achieved overwhelming firepower.
Nope, no I haven't. Right, big guns. Illic Night Spear.
Yes.
The Sniper Legend.
Yes.
1 shot, dead.
Okay, let's see it.
2 up.
2 up. And he hits.
Yeah, that's close enough. Yeah.
Okay, what does he wound on?
4 up.
Okay,
Or
and he doesn't wound.
he's firing sponges as well.
Slight correction, the Sniper Legend always wounds on the 2. It's a 2 up, and it does -3, so it burns straight through the scout's armour, and it does 3 damage. So he's absolutely creamed, unless I make 3 6s. Note, the Sniper Legend does take out the Sergeant. Bam! First blood, and you get a point.
I
and-
forgot how good he was.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Now the Rangers have opened fired. This squad of there took out 2 in this tactical squad. This squad up there took out 2 in the tactical squad down there. 4 of their number has died so far. So the last few things left to fire. Now we have a missile launcher streaking down, trying to hit this Razorback. Hitting on a 3, sir.
3 up. Yes, indeed. Oh, sorry.
And it fires wide. And the last thing left to fire, these 3 support batteries here.
I will do them one at a time.
Okay.
Because if it kills it, if one kills it, I could choose a different one for different units.
Aim for the fuel tanks.
Yes. Right. How many shots? 2. Hitting on 3s. Winning on 5s. No. Next one. 6 shots.
So they're D6 shots each.
Yeah.
D6 shots each, that's nice.
Yeah.
3s to hit.
Yes. Winning on 5s. Nice to see some 6s for some monofilament. Ooh, one of them.
So that's -4. It's -3, 6 up save, which I don't make. So it's down to 6 wounds. And then the last Support battery, 3
shots.
shots. 1 hit. And no wounds. I think that's the end of your shooting phase.
It is.
That is the end of your shooting phase. Are you assaulting anything anywhere, sir? It's interesting. You could go in with the warp spiders here. You have achieved your overwhelming firepower, which will be first blood as well, and a point for killing something. You've already got 3 points.
No.
Do you wish to assault?
If I assault that land speeder,
yes.
If I kill it,
yes.
I will be counter-assaulted by the scouts and shot to ribbons by that Razorback.
You would be very close, yes.
I'd lose my 12-inch distance, but my fieldcraft bonus.
So yeah, no assaults. That's the end of the turn. We have a morale phase on the Marines in the ruin there. They took 4 casualties, leadership 8. 2 plus 4 is 6. They hold. As discussed, 3 points for mopping up that unit of scouts there, and that's it. Your shooting phase was as disappointing as mine, but as I say, we're dancing around each other. However, when it comes to points, when it comes to the objectives, Craftworld Alatok are in the lead. It's 3 points to the Eldar, 1 point to the Space Marines as we go into turn 2. The Space Marine objectives are to defend Objective 6, which is deep within the Eldar lines. That's not going to happen. And I have to keep overwhelming firepower and assassinate in my hand. Kill characters and kill stuff in the shooting phase. Here we are after the movement phase for the 13th, and with Eldar in the webway and striking scorpions encircling me, war walkers encircling me, he's essentially shut down. A land speeder storm, which is a fast moving transport, should be zipping around all over the place, and this 12-shot assault cannon Razorback, I'm too afraid to move from this back corner because all of a sudden there will be a lot of Eldar suddenly up my back passage.
It's not fear. It's sound Codex Astartes tactics.
It is.
Your commander is aware that his head is in a noose, and he's doing what he can to not let it close.
Absolutely. That's what. Thank you very much. It's not fear. It's tactics, but it's good options. I like these outflanking, deep striking options that some armies have because it forces my hand and how I want to play. Similarly with these bikes, I've strung them out along here to make sure that there isn't any units 9 inches spaces 9 inches away for another unit.
It's a slow wending patrol, moving cautiously, looking for enemy threats.
I like you, Paul. And the tactical squad have moved their way up there. Here are the 2 scouts. This is now a 3-inch charge to them. And they can be gone quite soon. And the rest of the shots will go through in on the Sweeping Hawks as well as the Storm Talent. Now, I didn't get overwhelming firepower last turn, but I mean to get it this time. And any of these that I don't kill, I'm sure will slope off into the shadows.
These have been given orders to withdraw and head back to the webway. So I choose to believe everyone you kill has simply run away. Withdrawn tactically to live another day.
I choose to believe that everyone I kill, I kill.
We're a dying race and we do it very well.
Storm Raven was here with Solgaru, and you can testify how long I thought about whether to bust him forward, and I'm busting him forward.
He kept asking me to stop talking, YouTube, so I need to think. Shut up.
Please stop talking to me, because Paul is chatty, I'm chatty, we're both chatting to each other an awful lot, and I needed to think whether to stay tactical with the Storm Raven one more time or whether to bust forward. And if I don't bust forward, I'm never going to come in. So he is now coming in, straight up the pipe, ready to lay down as much firepower as he can. Sternguard also pushing forward there to try and get some shots down in at these war walkers, warp spiders. Warp spiders. That's it. That's it for my movement phase. Spreading out, breaking apart from the castle, try and deliver some pain. Right, opening up the shooting phase. The Sternguard here are firing in at the warp spiders. They flicker jumped, not losing one of their casualties, so it's -1 to hit. And -1 to hit because of Craftworld delay talk. And you thought about burning that strategy.
I did, but lightning fast reactions can be used on most of them, so I'm keeping it in my mitt for now.
Okay, so it's -2 to hit, so I'm going to hit you on 5s. Now their special issue bolt guns are 30-inch range. I haven't measured it. I am in range, but I do need 5s. And I get 1. It will wound, strength 4, toughness 3, wound on a... Not that. Not that. So now let's fire with the Storm. Cerberus launcher is 2 shots. I stayed still on purpose. I'm going to be hitting on... You flicker jump, so I'm hitting on 4s, within 12.
Yep.
1 hit, and it is strength 4, toughness 3. I do a wound. Will I kill
AP?
Nothing.
We're good.
And then the heavy bolter. 4 shots hitting on 4s because of your thing.
That's 3. Is it 3 or 4? You said 4.
Well, it would be hitting on 3s, but you flick
shots.
Flick
Is
a
it
jump.
3 shots?
3 shots, sorry,
3
yeah,
shots.
3 shots. So 2 hits. And strength 5, toughness 3, wounding on 3s. 1 wound at minus 1.
4 up. Boo, you got one.
And now the assault cannon on the Razorback will fire, and then this guy will be hitting on 5s because you flicker jumped. So still on 6 wounds, hitting on 5s. And that's 3 hits. I know, 1, 2, 3, 4 hits.
4 hits.
I got 4 hits. Strength 6, toughness Eldar, so wounding on 2s. And that is 4 wounds at minus 1, my friend.
Bend like reed, snap like twig. 2 more.
2 more by it. Right, the scouts were behind this wall. They busted through. They intend to charge you. But before they charge you, let's fire some bolt pistols in. Hitting on, it would be 3s, but 4s because of your flicker jump. 2 hits, wounding on 3s. 1 wound, no AP.
Okay.
And he survives. Right, up here, this squad of Devastators, I'm going to fire the Heavy Bolter down at the Warp Spiders and the 3 las cannons. Which one's wounded the most? On the Falcon. So 3 las cannons in at that Falcon, Heavy Bolter there. Do you want to burn your stratagem now for lightning fast reflexes? No? Heavy Bolter on these guys, hitting on 5s. And 1 hit, wounding on a 3, doesn't wound. Las cannons at that guy. Signum will hit on a 3 because you're a Latok, and the other 2 shots will hit on 4s now. That's a cocked dice.
That was a hit, man.
No,
that was a hit.
That was a cocked dice. That's a hit.
It's a hit.
That's a proper hit. Strength 9, toughness 7, wounding on 3s. Doesn't wound. Command point. Wounds, and now you have a 6-up save. Which you fail, and this does D6 damage. You've got 7 left. 5 more, putting it down to 2. From the Devastators over to the Storm Talon. Now there's a gap in the window of that building there, and I can see that Falcon on 2 wounds left. So I'm going to fire at him with the Skyhammer launchers and the 12 shots for the assault cannon going straight on the Hawks right in front of me.
Lightning fast reactions.
On that to try and keep it alive.
On them.
On them?
On them.
Okay, let's do the Skyhammers on him. Hitting on 3s, down to 4s because it's a heavy, up to 3s because I am got strafing run, and then -1 back to 4s because of a Latok. Skyhammers. And I get 1 hit. Strength 7, toughness 7.
Yep.
And that's a wound at -1, sir.
He's good.
He's good. Alright, would be hitting on 4s because it's a heavy weapon. +1, hitting on 3s because of strafe and run. Back to -1 because of lightning fast reflexes with a 12-shot twin cannon. So 4s to hit, and that was healthy. That was 8 hits. I like it. Strength 6, toughness Eldar, wounding on 2s. And that is 7 wounds, my friend, at -1 AP. What is their armor save? So it is a 4-up save, so 7 5-up saves. And how many is that? Is that 5? Nice.
That is 5.
Okay, so now I'm going to unload with the tactical squad in there. It'd be -1 to hit because you're more than 12 away, and another -1 to hit because of your lightning fast thingamajigs. Yep, 5 bolters coming in on the Hawks. 5s. That's 3 hits and 3s to wound. Only 1 wound and a 4-up save.
That is mightily cocked.
1 more dice, and then 2 plasmas hitting on 5s. 1 hit, wounds on a 2, 1 wound, -3. So 1 just gets fragged. I think I've killed enough to force a morale, which is good. And now I've got these bikes. I really need to kill something in the shooting phase, not in the morale phase. There's only 3 bikes that can see them. I really need to kill these guys to get overwhelming firepower. 5s to hit, however, and only 2 hits. And 3s to wound. No wounds. No wounds, they live. 3 of them left. Need to kill something in the shooting phase. Thunderfire cannon up and over into them. 4d3 shots. 8 shots hitting on 5s. 2. Just 2.
Just 2 ain't gonna cut it.
Strength 5. 1 wound at -1. And he lives. Haven't killed anything in the shooting phase yet. And
Whirlwind.
Whirlwind. I'm not going to drop the whirlwind on them. I'll drop the whirlwind on him because I could potentially kill that in the shooting phase, right?
Yeah.
So 2d3 shots against the Vulcan. And that is 3, 4, 5 shots. That's nice. I like it. I'm going to be hitting on 4s because you're a Laytok.
Well, that's good.
Everything hit. Strength 7, toughness 7. This is the important bit. 4s to wound. 2 wounds at -1. But it does 2 damage each. So if you fail one of these 4-ups, it's a dead Vulcan.
There we go. Yeah.
You fail both. So even a command point reroll won't help you. Does it blow up? No, it does not. And I have finally killed something in the shooting phase. Yay. Okay, now the only thing left to fire is the Storm Raven Soul Garrow's Ride. I'm going to fire the Melter and the Storm Strike missiles at the Wave Serpent and then the 12 Assault Cannon shots at... Those snipers will be -2 to hit, right?
Yep.
Those Dire Avengers aren't minus anything to hit. I'll fire at the Dire Avengers. So 2 multi-motors going at that. It's heavy, but with Power of the Machine Spirit, you can move and fire the guns as they're standing still. So 3s to hit. And remember, I burned my stratagem to re-roll anything. 3s, both hit. Strength 8, toughness 7. 1 wound at -4. Do you have any kind of save? Wave Serpent shenanigans,
That
Eldar
will reduce
trickery?
the damage coming in rather than
Okay.
a save.
So 2d6 picking the highest at this range, right?
Yep.
That's 5.
On a 2 up, it'll be a 4. Yeah, so it's 4 damage.
4 damage straight through. Now 2 Storm Strike missiles. Hitting on 3s. Both hit. This is strength 8 as well. And they both wound. This is -3. Both of these are -3. 3 damage each. So 2 6s.
Saves the 6s. Yay.
You make 1 and it does 3 damage.
On a 2, it'll drop that to a 2. Okay.
So 2. So he's got 5 damage left, 5 wounds left. At least he's dropped a bracket, and now 12 shots at those Dire Avengers. Right, you're not more than 12 inches away, so I'm just shooting you normally. 3s to hit. 8 hits, strength 6, toughness 3, wounding on 2s. Oh, and there's 4 1s.
Terrible.
4 saves at -1, but you get a +1 because you're in a ruin. So 4 up saves. And 3 of them die. And from over there, I just realised I've got something left to fire. The scouts at them. And the scouts managed to take down 2, or 2 have slinked off back to the shadows, depending on which narrative you're following here. Now I'm going to charge. This is a 3-inch charge. You get to Overwatch, sir. And you got a wound. 4 up save becomes a 3 because I'm in a ruin. And I make it. And this is actually a 3-inch charge for that first squad. And they're in. And then let's do the charge from the other squad, needing an 8. And they're not in. So the other assault going on is these scouts into these warp spiders. But I should do that first. It's got the fly keyword. Yeah, let's do the storm first. Ooh. Took a wound off the scout. Speeder to Overwatch. Down to 1 wound left. This is a 9-inch charge for the speeder. And it's not in. And now I've got to face the Overwatch again on my scouts. Scouts took no damage. Yay! Now this is a 7-inch charge. And then not in. I'm going to command point it. Because you've lost 4 so far, right?
3.
3. And what I want to do is do damage to you. So it really forces the issue of morale. That's the plan. And these are the close combat guys. So they've got extra attacks each.
He's got close combat kit as well.
Yeah, but you're Eldar. I want to punch you.
Fair.
They're in. Starting with this assault here. There's 4 scouts with chainsaws or close combat blades. So they have extra attacks. And I hit on 3s. And that's 7 hits. That was nice. I'm Strength Space Marine. You're Toughness Eldar. So I'm winning you on 3s because you're puny alien. And I only got 3 wounds.
Was that puny human?
Yeah, I know. They didn't. They didn't work. They're 3-up saves, right, Warp Spiders?
Yeah.
Okay. I killed 2.
Yeah.
This might work forcing them around.
One of them's obviously gone a bit nuts and stabbed me in the eyes.
Well, now I have my sergeant, and he has a power sword. 3s to hit. Both hit. 3s to wound with a power sword. 1 wound at -3. So 1 6-up save. And I kill another one. So that charge actually worked. Instead of losing 3, you've lost 6. So morale is going to hurt. And then on to the assault with the Rangers. Now these scouts don't have close combat weapons. So there's just 5 attacks there. I'm hitting on 3s. 4 hits. And I'm wounding on 3s. 3 wounds, 3 saves.
One of those are Sarge, aren't they?
5 up.
They'll have an extra
Oh,
attack.
yeah. And he misses anyway.
3 saves.
3 wounds of 5 up. And you lose another one. So that was 3 in total, because 2 in the shooting phase, 1 in the close combat phase. Then you get to strike back with your guys.
Come on!
2 hits.
Yep. Sorry.
5's the wound.
No.
Right, Warp Spiders, strike him back. Is this the normal guys?
This is the normal guys.
Okay.
1 hit.
And they wound on a what?
We have 5.
Will it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it won't.
No, and the Autarch, Exarch.
Exarch.
Yeah, he hits on what?
3.
Okay. And what weapon has he got?
Power blades.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wounds on a 3?
Not that.
It doesn't wound?
Nah, nada.
So the Warp Spiders do nothing back to the Scouts. Right, onto the morale phase. Warp Spiders, leadership 8. They lost 6. Yeah.
1 or a 2, come on.
3 plus 6 is 9. They lose 1 more. Over here, Swooping Hawks, leadership 8.
Yeah, they lost 7.
Oh dear.
Come on, Snake Eye.
No. 6 plus 7 is 13. Unless you want to re-roll that for 1.
Not so much.
No, so they jump back up into the clouds. And then 3 of the Rangers died. Leadership 7. That's
less good.
8.
Into the webway.
1 is left alive. That's the end of turn 2 for the Space Marines. They're beginning to make a dent into the craft world. Eldar. I did achieve my tactical objective. So I did get overwhelming firepower. That's 1 point, which is 2 points to 3. And as we're playing Kill Confirmed, you get a point for every unit you completely wipe out as well. So that's another point, 3 points each. And the Swooping Hawks, another point. So it's 4 points to 3 in favour of the 13th as we go into Eldari, turn 2. The Eldar objectives, they want to secure objective 2. Kane's Wrath, make successful charges, and if he does 3 of them, he can get D3 points. And get behind enemy lines. Make sure this encircling outflank maneuver pays off. Here we are after the end of the Eldar movement phase. They want to get behind enemy lines, which isn't going to happen. Get objective 2, which isn't going to happen. Or make a bunch of charges, which might happen. Now, I knew I was putting my Storm Raven in danger by flying straight up the pipe there, but perhaps didn't realise how much danger. The Fire Dragons have popped out of the webway. In fact, the only thing still in the webway is a unit of Dire Avengers, and Karandras has turned up with 20 striking Scorpions just 9 inches away from that Storm Raven. If he gets ripped out of the sky, there could be a lot of charges coming on here. Dire Avengers behind him as well. The Warp Spiders flicker jumped out of combat, so they have the fly keyword now. They can shoot, but they can't charge. No one lost a model when he flicker jumped. The War Walkers are in here as well. And we've got missile launchers on all these vehicles firing up at that Storm Raven, as well as, of course, the fire pikes from the Fire Dragons. Needless to say that Sol Garrow and that Storm Raven gunship will be attracting a lot of firepower. Meanwhile, on the other side of the battle grid, all is quiet. This last Ranger has dropped down here, running for the corner of the battlefield. That's a point for me, but he will draw me away and out of the rest of the fight. Right, start off with Doom. He's a 7. And
You're
he gets
doomed.
it on the Raven, of course. And then Smiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the closest enemy
Oh,
model.
yes, it is. Yes,
Definitely. And Smite fails unless you spend a command point.
No, I'm fast here. I can choose to reroll any number of the dice I wish, and I will just reroll that one.
Okay, and that passes. D3 mortal wounds on the Storm Raven. 2. So it's down to 12 already, and we have yet to start the shooting phase.
And you're doomed.
Starting off the shooting with the Fire Dragons on the Storm Raven. 2 fusion guns, 1 fire pike. Hitting on...
Yeah, hitting on 3s, but the Exarch, which is the fire pike, rerolls 1s.
Okay. Rerolling 1s.
That will reroll 1, but that's not what I was doing there. So it's 3 hits.
You reroll... Okay, so you're hitting on 4s because I'm a flyer.
That would have rerolled the 1.
Yeah, but you're hitting on 4s because I'm a flyer. So that was just 2 hits. Strength 8, toughness 7. Both wound. Both burn straight through the armour.
Is it only toughness 7?
Yeah, it's toughness 7. So I have no save. You're not in melt range, but this is 2d6 damage. And that's 6. It's down to 6 wounds left. Unless you command point already, you've got quite a lot of shooting still coming in. Choosing not to command point that. Right, the Farseer is firing a singing spear out of his gun.
Throw it through. You see that? That spear?
Yes.
He sings. He's going to lob it.
Is he?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Hits on a 2-up, but you're flying, so 3+.
Then that hits. What does it wound on?
Strength 9.
Does it?
Always wounds on a 2, I think.
Right, this singing wounds on a 2.
Wounds on a 2.
And that's minus what?
Nothing, sadly. It's straight roll.
Yeah, the spear bounces off the hull. You should have brought bullets, mate. So the Wave Serpent firing next, because it's been nerfed down to a reduced profile. It's hitting on 5s. 2 Starshot missiles coming in. And one of them hits. And this is Strength 8, Toughness 7. So that doesn't wound.
But you're doomed.
But I'm doomed. That doesn't wound. Does it have shuriken cannons or anything like that?
That's a shuriken cannon.
Okay. 5s. 3 hits.
Wounding on 5, so strength 6.
Yes.
No. Okay. So now that's -3.
Okay, so 2 3-up saves, which I make, and then a 6-up on the -3, which I don't make. It's down to 5 wounds left. Right, next up on the Storm Raven, this Storm Guardian squad, there's 3 shuriken catapults in range, hitting on 4s.
3s.
3s? One
oh no,
4s.
He's a flyer, sorry.
Yes, yes.
My mistake.
5s to hurt
5s
him.
to wound with a reroll.
7. Okay,
No,
1 3-up save, which I failed. I'm down to 4 wounds. And then you have the missile firing up, which is a 4 to hit.
No.
And that misses. Moving across here, the Viper, twin shuriken catapults into the scouts. The missile launcher firing up at the Storm Raven because it moved. It's hitting on 4s. It's a heavy because it's a flyer. It's hitting on 5s with the missile. Firing the shuriken stuff first. And they all hit. And they're wounding on 4s. Is it a normal shuriken?
It's a normal shuriken, yes.
Okay, so 4-up save on the scouts. I make 1, 6-up for no pain. 1 of the scouts dies. Now firing with the missile, hitting on a 5. And that misses. 1 of the scouts falls. Alright, finally, 1 unit of striking scorpions firing up at the flyer. The Exarch has a scorpion's claw, so this is 11 shots. Hitting on 4s with all their shuriken weaponry. And 5s to wound, and you want that magic 6, because 6 is a -3,
but
and it's
doomed.
doomed. Okay, so 2 normal saves, and a 6-up save. So 2 normal saves, and I take another wound, 6-up. 2 more wounds. It's down to 2 remaining. And then unloaded with a second unit of striking scorpions. I reminded Paul that even if he brings it down, I could put the stuff round the back when they disembark, so it would be out of range of the striking scorpions. They've got a 12-inch pistol shot there. So firing them at what they can hit. 4s to hit.
Gosh. Now those would be nice
That's
to wound.
5, 6 hits. And 5s to wound, nothing. Reroll with Doom. 2 6s and a... So 2 6s are 2 6-up saves, which I make 1, putting it down to 1 wound left. This is a 3-up save with 1 wound left. And I make it. The Storm Raven is steaming and belching, but still in the air. Right, now Karandras, assault 2 guns, firing up. Normally hitting on 2s, he hits on 3s because it's a flyer. 1 hit, wounds on a 5, doesn't wound. Doom. It does wound. I need a 3-up save with 1 wound left. And I make it. The Storm Raven is still somehow in the air. Over here, one of the support batteries is going to fire at him. D6 shots. 1 shot.
Dude!
Hitting on a 4.
Dude!
Misses. Doing
Another one.
Okay. 5 shots.
That's slightly better.
4s to hit. And 5s to wound with Doom.
What is it with the ones?
Because it's strength 5, this gun, right?
Strength 6.
Okay, so it's still
Still
5s. Nothing. And the
Oh, my
last
word.
battery.
Alright, yeah, last battery.
4 shots. 4s to hit. 2 hits. 5s to wound with Doom. No! Nothing at all. All 3 batteries opening up on him. You know what I think? I think you should have re-rolled that thing earlier on with one of the fire dragons.
Yep.
I don't mean to mention it.
No, don't mate. I'm glad you didn't.
No,
I'm
I don't.
glad you didn't.
I don't want to rub salt in those wounds. I do really. 1 wound left to burn through. Now the War Walkers firing up at them. These are assault 3 guns.
Yep.
So these are 6 shots each. 18 shots, pouring them all into the Storm Raven.
I really wanted to shoot these at Terminators.
But instead, at the flyer. Force to hit. These are assault weapons. And that's a healthy number of hits. These are strength, I don't know. 6. Toughness 7, 5s to wound with doom. There's 3 6s already. I think you've done it. Let me roll one of those, a couple of those.
No! No! I wanted to kill
See,
you.
it's definitely dead. He is dead. Does the Storm Raven blow up? No, it doesn't. We have a Storm Raven down. We have a Storm Raven down. 5 Terminators in there, plus 2 characters, plus a Dreadnought. Any 1s? And I roll 1, 1.
Salgaro, yeah?
No. Command point. No one dies in the explosion. And when the smoke clears, it looks like this. Ironclad Dreadnought, Librarian, Terminators, and Brother Captain Sol Garrow. So that took a lot of gun. What did you just say?
I forgot to account for the fact that it was -1 to hit.
The -1 to hit really, worked for me there. I think now all we've got left to fire is a bunch of Rangers who can target characters and those Dire Avengers. Now, which unit do you want to select first?
Let's put the Dire Avengers into those Terminators.
Yeah, I would. 7 of them there. 2 shots each, right?
One of them doesn't have a gun.
Doesn't he?
No, he's got a sword and a magic elfy arm shield force field thing.
Is it called a singing sword?
It's called a shimmer shield.
Shimmer shield.
Yeah. It's kind of all wavy and wobbly and...
All right. Well, these guys will finally hit on 3s.
Hooray!
And it didn't help you. And you're wounding on 4s?
Oh, you're not doomed. It's a shame.
Not doomed, no. But those 6s hurt, right?
Those 6s will do. Yeah, they're -3.
So that's a 2-up save. And then these are -3, which puts me to a 5-up.
4-up, they're in cover.
Oh yeah, you're right. 1 Terminator dies. Okay, 1 Terminator falls. Right, who you shooting at next with your Rangers?
Well, the Farseer is the Warlord, and I think he's going to want the Librarian dead as a priority.
Not Sol Garrow?
Not yet.
Not yet. Kill the Librarian first. I like it, that's good. Okay, Rangers firing at the Librarian. 3s to hit. That's a solid round of hit. 4s to wound. 6s cause mortal wounds because they're sniper weaponry.
2 mortal wounds. 2
mortal wounds. 2 6-up Iron Hands chapter tactic saves. And I make 1 of them. Librarian's got 3 left. Now Illic Night Spear is going to fire him in. This hits on 2s, wounds on 2s, and does auto 3 damage. That hits. Wounds on a 2.
If your dice was cocked earlier, that was cocked.
That's definitely a hit. Wounds
that
on
was
2.
cocked. That's a hit.
Okay. 2s to wound.
Now it wounds.
That was wounds. -3 AP, 3 damage. So I need a 6-up save.
You need a 5 because you're in cover.
Oh yeah, I need a 5. And that's a 1. And this does 3 damage. The Libby's got 3 wounds. He's got 1 wound left. Interesting. So now we have 1 last unit of Rangers. You can split fire all over the place with them.
No.
No? Okay, everything in the Librarian, huh? 3s to hit. And 4s to wound. Don't get any 6s. You didn't get any 6s. You got 4 wounds. 4 3-up saves. And I'm in cover, so this is 2-up saves. Don't roll a 1, Winters. And that's cocked. I didn't roll a 1. The Librarian is still alive, and I think your entire army has just fired. The Storm Raven comes plummeting down from the sky. No casualties taken, except when the shredding fire of the shuriken catapults come in left, right, and all over the place. The Librarian gets injured. 1 of the Terminators goes down, but we still stand firm. We do not bend to this Xenos wave, this Xenos aggression. Paul just had a little cry, but now...
But what? Paul's just remembered the Warp Spiders haven't fired.
Oh yeah, the Warp Spiders haven't fired. The Dreadnought is a little bit closer. You said you were going to pick on that.
And I am.
You're going to pick on the Scout.
I've got to kill something.
Okay, pick on the Storm. 3s to hit. That's good. Strength 6, toughness 5. You'll be able to do something. And that's 3 wounds. I only have a 4-up save and 1 wound left. So it's going to die, don't worry. See, it's dead. It blows up on a 6. It doesn't blow up.
Hooray, something died.
Right, now we're into the charge phase. Paul, the Eldar, have killed 2 units, so he's back in the lead. Now he needs to make some charges, but mistakes were made. What happened, Paul?
what I've done is these have appeared 9 inches away.
Yes.
But I've been targeting something that the contents can move further away, and I didn't think of that, and I should have done.
Push further back when I got them out. Yeah.
So what I really should have done is I should have run the Dire Avengers behind the flyer, so that you had to get out the front. This would have made easy charges for me, and I could be hitting you right now with all those scorpions.
Yeah.
As it happens,
I did the tactical thing and pile out the back. You could have blocked me off a little bit more. And we just worked out this is a crater, right?
Yeah.
And these are infantry.
I didn't spot that either.
So that's -2 to charges. This is an 11-inch charge in on that Dreadnought. And you need to make a charge. So are you going with any of these? Or are you just doing
what I'm going to try and do, the
Yes.
Dire Avengers are going to try a multi-charge against the Terminators and that Librarian.
I like it, okay.
And if I can get the Exarch around the back, I might be able to off the Librarian.
Okay, that's a plan, because he's got a sword, right?
Yeah.
So first you've got to survive the Overwatch, so let's do that first. So firing the 3 Stormbolters first, they're rapid fire 2, so this is 12 shots. And I am re-rolling 1s because I am within 6 inches of Solgaro. So that's 2 hits, strength 4, toughness 3 is 1 wound. But you do get a +1 to your save because you're in a ruin, so this is a 3-up save, which you make. And then there is a heavy flamer in that squad there. Everything in my army is WYSIWYG. D6 auto hits. That's 5 shots. I put a flamer on these Terminators on purpose because I knew I was coming up the gut into your face. So I wanted a flamer on them. So 5 hits, strength 5, toughness 3, wounding on 3s. Only 3 wounds. It's -1 AP and +1 because you're in a ruin. So 3 4s. 3 4s, yes.
Yeah, dropping dice everywhere.
3 of them die. And that leaves 4 left. And the bolt pistol from the Librarian misses. And now you need a long bomb charge to get... Here's the Librarian. Let's see how good you get on your charge. And that's a 6. Now that might be close enough to get within 1 inch of the Librarian. Or certainly pile into him. That's him there. So yeah, he'd end up piling in closest to the nearest enemy model, so he needs to command point the 1 to get the range. That's cocked.
That's very generous of you, sir.
And that's a 9. Now you will be in. Right, the Dire Avengers end up here. Solgaro's within 3 inches, so he will heroically intervene and try and save the Librarian from certain death. So the Exarch swinging at the Librarian. These 2 are within an inch of a model, within an inch. So these 2 are all going in the Librarian as well. And the last guy at the back going in at the Terminators. Swing away, sir. What are we doing?
Okay, so we're doing the Exarch.
Yes. 3s to
3s.
hit. And he has a power sword.
Power glaive.
Okay.
So that's strength 4 with... So strength 4.
Okay.
Winning on a 4.
Doesn't wound.
Doesn't wound.
And then the 2 other guys.
2 other guys. 1 hits.
Yep.
Doesn't wound. One guy against Terminator. Doesn't hit.
Okay, now Terminators get to strike you back. Let's start off with Solgaro, who heroically intervened. He hits on 2s and he re-rolls 1s. He has the Burning Blade at strength 6. And they all wound. It's -5 AP at 1 damage each.
There's one will save a 5+.
Yes. And you make 2 of them. There are 2 more remaining. And then there's a sergeant with a power sword. He has 3 attacks. He hits on 3s. He wounds on 3s. That's 2 more wounds. 2 more 5-up invulnerable saves because it's a power sword.
Are these both the models remaining have different invulnerable saves? I'm doing 1 at a time.
Okay.
So 5 up.
Yes.
Dies. Then 4 up on the Exarch. Survives.
Okay. And then Power Fist time. Power Fists, 4s, 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 rolling separately because of, unwieldy. Re-rolling 1s because of Solgaro. 3 hits, 2s to wound. 2 wounds, 2 4-up and run.
Well, look at that.
He lives. So the Librarian will have to hit you.
I thought you were done.
3s to hit. And it's strength 6 because he has a Force Axe. That's 3 wounds. And he dies. And that does D3 mortal wounds, killing off that Dire Avenger. Right, D3 wounds from the Libby. Yeah, that kills him. That's the end of Eldar turn 2. It's only turn 2. You killed 2 units, that's 2 points. You made a charge, that's 3 points, but I killed a unit. That's a point back. So 3 points to the Eldar, 1 point to the Space Marines. So it's 6 points to the Imperium, 5 points to the Craft Welders, and they're pushed back in their deployment zone here. Let's move on to Space Marines. Turn 3. Right, it's 6 points to 5 in favour of the Eldar. I may have said it was the Space Marines, but it's 6 points to 5 for the Eldar. These are the objectives for the Space Marines. Defend 5, secure 2, and assassinate, kill a character. Here we are after the movement phase for the 13th. There's objective 2, which I'm securing, and this is defending 5. I could have put my bikes out here, but I've had to hold on to it for 2 turns, and that probably wouldn't have going to happen, and I'd have lost a unit. So instead, my bikes are after this little ranger who's running away down here. I figured I could have sent my scouts into the ranger, but that would have been it for the rest of the game. They don't have the mobility to get back into the fight, whereas the bikes can kill him and then advance across the back lines in the remaining couple of turns. The Storm Talon from here is zipping across, and I figure I need to clear away as many of these threats as I can, which means firepower from the Storm Talon, firepower from the Ironclad, which means moving the Razorback round and the tactical squad coming around, and I need to assassinate. And there is the Eldar farce here. So the Terminators are moving forward. Brother Captain Solgaro is moving forward. The enemy warlord must fall. Let's go into the psychic phase. Okay, the Librarian casting Might of Heroes on the Dreadnought. Need a 6, and that fails. It would have given an extra attack and put it up to Toughness 9. Toughness 9 Dreadnought would have been lovely. And now I'm going to smite the... actually, no. Let's do Veil of Time, which is the other psychic power I've got, which is... reroll charge. I'm going to reroll charge on the Terminators. That passes and is a perils, which will kill my Librarian, who's got 1 wound left, unless I command point it. And I think the Librarian's going to be dead in my turn anyway. You're going to, mind you, when they go pop, they put mortal wounds on everyone around him.
They
so
do.
I have to command point this. Oh no.
Did that just happen?
Right, first up, I have to suffer D3 mortal wounds. So the Psycho will suffer 2, which he gets 2 6-up Iron Hands Chapter Tactic saves on. And he fails, so he does die. And that kills him. And then everything within 6 inches suffers D3 mortal wounds.
So whisk her out so you don't quite get the Wave Serpent.
Okay, so D3 mortal wounds on the Terminators is 3. Of course it's 3. 6-up. 6-up Iron Hands. And a Terminator and a bit dies. And then D3 mortal wounds on Brother Captain Solgara. 2. And he gets 2 6-up Iron Hands Chapter Tactic saves. And he makes 1. And then 1 for Iron Resolve for his Warlord. He takes a wound. He was on 6 wounds because of his Warlord trait. He's down to 5.
The tactical squad's in range as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Thanks for pointing that out. So D3 on my tactical squad. That's
I'm
2.
not managing to kill you. You can at least kill yourself.
2 of them died. Is it in range of the Razorback as well?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. So not only does the psychic power fail, but 3 Terminators left. Solgaro has been injured. And Paul, what did you say?
I like to think of that as a psychic assault from my Librarian. Just tweaking the warp slightly and a demon turns up and eats his brain.
Yeah, and takes out some tactical marines and some elites and hurts my HQ. That stung. And not only do I lose my Librarian and don't get any psychic powers off, but that's a point to you as well. So it's 7 points to 5. That's the worst psychic phase ever. Right, let's burn some Eldar. It will make me feel better. The Ironclad Dreadnought's firing his Melter at that and the Heavy Flamer at these Scorpions. So Melter hits. Wounds. No save unless there's an Invan on that thing.
There's not.
No, D6 damage. 3 damage on the Viper.
Oh, you're firing the Viper?
Yeah, and then the Heavy Flamer into the Scorpions. That's 2.
And how many is the Viper?
Wound on. That was 3. 1 wound on the Scorpions at -1, but you're in cover. So... Fail. Kill the Scorpion. 3 wounds left on the Viper. Right, now, 2 Skyhammer missile launchers down at the Viper. Or 3, sorry, shots from the Skyhammer missile launchers. And the cannons, I've started, so I'll finish, into the Scorpions. Here's the Skyhammer missile launchers. It has the fly keyword, so I'm hitting on 3s. 1 hit. Strength 7 toughness of a
Less
Viper.
than 7.
Doesn't do anything. And then 12 shots with the twin cannon at the Scorpions, hitting on 3s. And that's good, that's 9 hits. I'm winning on 2s though, these Scorpions, right?
Yep.
Toughness Eldar, and I rolled 3 1s. 6 saves to make at -1, but +1 because you're in the crater.
3 then. 2 die.
Just 2. Then pistols from the scouts didn't do anything. Now this Razorback, it moved, so it's forced to hit because of Craftworld delay talk at them. I'm trying to force them around.
Yeah, it moved and it's Craft Water Laytalk, so it's 5 to hit.
Oh yeah, you're right. 5s. And 1, 2, 3. 3 of them.
Are they close enough to Solgaro?
Wounded on 2s. No, not the Razorback, no. 3 wounds at -1, so 3 threat saves because you're in cover.
Another
2 more. This is definitely pushing the morale. I like it. Terminators. So Heavy Flamer. I can't shoot the character because he's not the closest thing. So Heavy Flamer on the Wave Serpent and Storm Bolters in on the Fire Dragons. The Fire Dragons are in rapid fire range. So I'm hitting on 3s and rerolling 1s, but there are no 1s. I'm wounding on 3s versus those Fire Dragons. That's lovely. That's 6 wounds. 6 wounds, yeah. But you're in cover. So 2 up saves. And I kill 2 fire dragons. It's nice. And then a D6 auto hits on this Wave Serpent with a Flamer. That's 6. Strength 5, Toughness 7. 1, 2, 2. 2 at -1 on the Wave Serpent. And that's 2 more wounds on the Wave Serpent. It is down to 3 remaining. That's pretty much all the firepower around here. Now the Stern Guard that retreated back towards the castle in the backfield are firing at these Warp Spiders here. 30-inch range with special issue bolt guns. I am hitting on 4s because of a Laytalk. That's 2 hits. Strength 4, Toughness Eldar, wounding on 3s. 1 wound at -2, but you get a +1 because you're in a ruin. So that saves it.
Good.
Next up, the Devastators firing the heavy bolter down at this squad. I am just in range, and the las cannons at the Wave Serpent one more time. So 3s to hit with a Signum from the las cannon. That hits, and 4s with the other ones. That's 2 hits in total, and it's Strength 9, Toughness 7. 2 wounds at -3. You make 1.
Yep.
This does D6 damage. 1 damage. It's got 3 left. It's down to 2. And then the heavy bolter in at these guys, hitting on 4s. 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. Nothing. Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes Gaming. Great YouTube channel. He can't move. He advanced. He's guarding the backfield, waiting to see if any Dire Avengers drop in along this edge and holding on to that objective. The bikers, there's no point in shooting him because he's got a stupid cover save. So I'm just going to charge you and hit you with my sword, my power claws, because that will be easy. There,
Lightning Claw. You're still not an orc.
Lightning claws. Did I say power claws?
Again, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Don't we all wish we were orcs?
Wow.
They have the most fun. They're holding on to that objective. They're making their way through. I think I've fired everything. Heavy bolter here. No. Oh yeah. Whirlwind and Tech Marine Gunner.
Yeah.
So let's fire the Whirlwind one more time at this Wave Serpent, which is smoking on 2 wounds left. 2d3 shots, and that's 5 shots. That's nice. Hitting on 4s because you're a Laytalk, and that's 4 hits. Strength 7, Toughness 7. 4 wounds, my friend. 4 wounds at -1.
-1.
Just one of these will kill you because it's 2 damage and you've got 2 wounds left. Do you want to re-roll that for 4? Or are you going to let him go?
I'm going to let it go.
Does it blow up? That's unfortunate. That's right next to your guys. You're not going to let that go.
No.
Oh, look, it's another 6. That's unfortunate. It's right next to your guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, it's next to my Terminators and Solgaro as well. All right, before you remove the model, let's do my stuff first. It will cheer you up. So D3 mortal wounds on the Terminators, and one of them's already on a wound. So that's 1.
Yeah.
I have a 6 up, which I fail. It does kill a Terminator.
Hooray!
D3 mortal wounds on Solgaro. He's got 5 left.
Yeah, that makes me happy.
He's got 5 left. That's 3 mortal wounds. 3 6 up Iron Hands Chapter Tactics. That's 1 pass and 2 warlord traits. He takes 2 more mortal wounds. He's down to 3 remaining. Okay, so only 2 Terminators left in Solgaro on 3 wounds. Now D3 mortal wounds on the Storm Talon, sir. And that's 2. No, 1. That's 1 mortal wound. Right, my turn. Fire Dragons. Let's hurt them. D3 mortal wounds. That is 2. 2 mortal wounds on the Fire Dragons. They're the Guardians, right?
Yeah, they're Guardians.
2 mortal wounds on the Guardians. Vol's weapon battery support thing in the backfield. Them?
Yes, it will be.
Yeah. That is 1 mortal wound on your support battery. And then the Rangers up there.
Yep.
That's 2 on the Rangers, 2 on the Rangers, and I've been saving this, the cherry on the cake. Look, your Farseer.
Yes.
Let's see how the shrapnel comes off and slams into the Farseer. 1. Just 1 mortal wound.
But Ghost Arms ignore mortal wounds on a 5+. Thank you, Ghost Arm.
And all of a sudden there is a wave serpent shaped hole. Oh, look, a crater, quite fitting where it was. So
Yeah, that was actually an ornate garden that I was just hovering over earlier.
that really stung. Right, Thunderfire Ganon is the last thing left to fire. Forcing morale. I think these guys, I've killed what, 6?
Yes, you've killed 6.
So they might hurt in the morale phase. Let's drop the Thunderfire Cannon on them, because look, they're not all... Didn't mean to...
Look, screw you, Eldar.
They're not all...
He's not even
terrain.
standing it back up, YouTube. Look at this.
It's Karandras. I meant to punch Karandras. So I'm going to hit them with the Thunderfire Cannon. Hitting on 4s because of Eldar Trickery. Really? That was 7 misses. Strength 5, Toughness, Eldar. 1 wound at -1 on your... and you save anyway.
Makes me happy.
Shells raining around them, doing nothing whatsoever. And that's the end of my shooting phase. So now let's get some charges on. There's Karandras right there, right?
Yep.
And I've got Assassinate, killer character. Ironclad versus Karandras. Terminators and Solgaro versus Farseer. It's fight time. Overwatch 4, Karandras did nothing versus the Ironclad, and that's a 7-inch charge. I am 5 away. He is in. Now the Terminators. Do you want to chuck your Singing Spear?
Oh, yeah.
Go on then. Doesn't do anything. Terminators charging 7.
Yeah.
They're going to be in, and then Solgaro needs probably an 8 or a 9. We'll roll and then figure it out. 9, he wants it. Right, start the fight phase before we select anything. Karandras' Mandy Blasters kick in on the Ironclad, so...
He's got a special Mandy Blaster Scorpion's Bite. Any rolls of 5 up do mortal wounds.
Does it really? Okay.
Yep. Well, they aren't. 5s.
That didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
Right, I think Solgaro can weather the storm with his Storm Shield versus your Farseer. So I'm going to start off with the Ironclad versus Karandras. The Ironclad has 4 attacks. I wish he had 5, but my Psyker blew up. 3s to hit, and I re-roll 1s because I have 2 close combat weapons.
Really?
Yeah, on the Ironclad. It's their special rule. If you bring them with 2 close combat weapons, like that guy,
does it have to?
You re-roll 1s. So they all hit. I'm just using his fist, which is strength time 2, so I'm up to strength 12. I'm wounding you on 2s.
Yep.
2s to wound. And that's 3 wounds at -3, but each does 3 damage. Do I want a command point yet? No, because I need to keep Solgaro alive. So 3 at -3. And you make 2 6s.
Yeah.
Wow. So it does 3 damage. Karandras has got 3 wounds left. He's still alive.
I am.
Has he got 6 wounds in total?
Yeah.
So he's got 3 left. He survives a charge from an Ironclad Dreadnought. And unless you're playing spending command points to interrupt, Solgaro is now going to try and kill that Farseer.
I'm really not.
No? Okay, Solgaro swinging at the Farseer. 4 attacks hitting on 2s and re-rolling 1s. I'm strength 6 with the Burning Blade, so I'm wounding on 2s. 4 wounds at -5 AP.
I don't have an armor save, I've only got my removal save, which I pass once. How many each?
1 damage each.
Oh, 3 damage.
3 damage?
Yeah.
So how many wounds has he got left? Because the Terminators now punch. I killed the Sergeant in the Psychic phase. And Power Fists. And
he has 2 left now.
Power Fists. All the Power Fists hit. Choose to wound. 3 wounds.
Come on, 3 4-ups. You can do this.
He did 1, and this does D3 damage. How many did you say he's got left?
2.
D3 damage. That's 2 damage. That is slay the warlord. Now the enemy Farsi is dead. Let's see if Karandras can enact sweet revenge. So what does he hit on?
2s.
Okay, 2s to hit. That's 3 hits. Does he reroll anything?
No, he's the only Phoenix Lord that does not give rerolls to hit of 1.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
What does he wound on?
Strength 8.
Really?
Yeah.
But he's so tiny.
Yeah.
He wounds on 4s. 1 wound.
-3.
-3?
3 damage.
6 up. Flat 3 damage. Okay.
Oh, D3 damage, sorry.
Okay. To say. So I fail, so you do D3 damage. 3? That little guy. He's tiny. 6 up, feel no pains because I'm Iron Hands Chapter Tactics. No. So the Ironclad is down to 5 wounds left.
3 for 3.
Yeah, 3 for 3. Right, after these assaults round here, should mention that the bikers wheeled into that last ranger and cut him down and are now consolidating, swinging around the building back towards the central fight. Now we're on to the morale phase. 4 of the fire dragons got blown up or shot down, so a morale on the fire dragon. And he runs away. And then a morale on the green guys.
The green guys, for striking scorpions.
And they're okay.
No, they lose 1.
Do they?
Yeah.
They lose 1. Okay, and I lost 4 Terminators. Or 3 Terminators. Their leadership 9. Yeah, so they'll hold. The Terminators will hold. 2 in this squad died.
They'll hold.
So they'll hold, and that's it. That's the end of turn 3. I achieved an objective. I got secure that objective there. That's 1 point. And I killed a character. That's 2 points, bringing it 7 to 7. So that's 7 to 7 in total after my librarian died. Then I got the fire dragons. That's another point. Wave serpent, another point. Farseer, another point.
Warlord, another point.
Warlord, another point. And guy over there,
another point.
Another point. That's 5 more points. Ooh, racking them up there. So all of a sudden the Space Marines spring into the lead. 12 points to the Space Marines. 7 points to the Eldar as we go into Eldar turn 3. Here are the Eldari orders. Get behind enemy lines. He has 1 unit of Dire Avengers in his sleeve and secure objective 4, and the hidden path is also secure objective 4, and this is right in his deployment zone. It's not over yet. Here we are after the Eldari movement phase, and this unit of Warp Spiders flicker jumping out of there are behind enemy lines. That's a point. And then securing objective 4, well, this last unit of Dire Avengers have come out of the webway and they've got that. So that's 2 points. That's 3 guaranteed points for the Eldari. They're 5 points behind, but I am strung out. The Warwalkers advancing forward, striking Scorpions coming forward to take on the Scouts, which I forgot to charge into the Warp Spiders, who are now over there. So there's some points there. Karandras thinking about falling out of combat for a while there, but I think he's exactly where he wants to be. Finally, there is something that he can take on in mortal combat and destroy single-handedly. That's something worthy of his time, worthy of his attention. And now, let's not forget, there is an awful lot of sniper fire. And in the middle of it all, Brother Captain Solgaro, my warlord. There are no Eldari, apart from these guys, on this side of the battle grid anymore. But this could sting. This is where the fight back for the Eldar begins. Solgaro, Illic Night Spear, 1 shot, hitting on A2. And wounding on A2. And this is -3, but I have a shield and does 3 damage. And I have 3 wounds left. My shield holds firm. 7 more sniper rounds coming in. Brother Captain Solgaro holding his shield up high. We got 5 hits. And 1 mortal wound and 2 other wounds. So I am in a ruin. I'm in a crater. So 2 2-up saves, which I make. And my 3-up. And the mortal wound just goes straight through. So I need to make a 6-up Iron Hands Chapter Tactics. And
there's also a save for the mortal wounds in addition.
And a 6-up. For his Warlord trait, he drops a thingy-bob. That's for the mortal. And yeah, in addition, this is a 2-up cover. Okay, so he takes a wound. He's down to 2 remaining. And there's another squad up here of 10. firing down at him. He's lit up. He is in a crossfire. 3s to hit.
Jeez.
Only 4 hits. 4s to wound.
Couple of 6s, come on.
No 6s, just one with a 2-up save. And I roll a 1. 6 up, 6 up. And I make it. He's got 2 wounds left. Sniper fire will not bring him down. Unlike the librarian who got sniped from all over the place and his brain was slightly scrambled. So when he tried to cast some psychic powers, they all failed and then his brain blew up. But Solgaro is made of sterner stuff. Right, what are you firing at now?
I'm going to fire 4 striking scorpions at those 4 scouts.
Okay, fire away.
Oh, sorry, it's only 3. Because only 3 of them have guns.
2 hits.
2. 1.
And it's a 6.
Oh, it's -3, yeah, so that's 1.
6 up, which I fail, and one of the scouts dies. After the striking scorpions, now the guardians firing up at this storm talon. It's the only thing that they can shoot at. And he's spending a stratagem.
Starhawk missile.
What does that do?
Strand a point.
Yeah.
Pick an Eldar missile launcher.
Yes.
Fire it at something with a +1.
Yes.
And it does D3 mortal wounds if it hits.
Okay, so 2s. And
that's a hit.
That's a hit. D3 mortal wounds.
2.
2 mortal wounds. It's down to 7 left, and then you've got
the guardians in the squad.
20 odd shots. Yeah, these hit on 4s.
14 shots.
14 shots. Oh yeah, some of them died.
That was a hit. Yeah, some of them died.
5s to wound, and 6s are going to sting.
Whoa!
Ooh. Is that 3 6s?
That's 3 6s.
3 6s.
Next 3.
He's on 7. I've got to roll 6s for my saves. And I take 2. He's down to 5 remaining. 5 wounds left on the Storm Talon. Now there's 22 shots coming in from these Dire Avengers that just came out of a webway. And they're hitting on 4s. And there's 22 because the Exarch has the 2 dual...
2 guns.
The 2 guns thingy bob. 22 shots out of a webway.
That's a good amount of hits.
Or they just came running on the battlefield from where
they came out of the webway. I spent the points on it. They came out of the webway.
In your deployment zone. 5s to wound.
Shut up. The fact that both the webways came out in my deployment zone, and in fact, if I had put the fire dragons in the Falcon, not only would they have come out exactly where the Falcon was, they've got to move and been in melter range of the big thing.
Oh yeah, that's true, because normally people put fire dragons in Falcons. Why didn't you?
I did it because I wanted, in the back of your mind, the fact they could appear anywhere on the battlefield.
That's true. They could have come out all the way over there, which has forced my hand for deployment options. So they did do what you wanted them to do.
It was for psychological reasons. It just so happened that where they came out happened to be in the gap where the Falcon was.
You were in my brain. Go on then. 5s to win.
Fighting with smoke.
Fighting with smoke. And there's a few more 6s. So how many? There's
3 at 5 up and 2 at regular.
2 at regular, 3 ups, and I pass. And then
sorry, I meant to say 6 up.
3 6-up saves, and I failed 2 of them. The Storm Talon is down to 3 wounds remaining. Moving on, Karandras fired his Mandy Blasters into the Iron Drad, taking a wound off of him. The Viper fired his guns into the Rhino, the Razorback there, doing nothing to it. And now the War Walkers pouring all their firepower into the Storm Talon. 18 shots. 3s to hit.
4s. You're
4s. Oh yeah, you're right. And 5s to scratch the paintwork, but 6s will be -3 because of Blade Storm. There's 3 6s right there. I've got 3 wounds left. Can I make a 6? No, I can't. He's torn out of the sky before we have to make any more of the saves. Does he blow up in a 6? Please blow up. He does blow up. Okay, that was entertaining. Not only is Karandras in range, but so is Solgaro just. And this does D3 mortal wounds. So on the Guardians, 1 Guardian dies. On the striking Scorpions there, 3 of them die in the explosion. I like it. And I don't think there's anything left of yours that can get hurt, except for Karandras, who has 3 wounds left. So if I roll a 5 or 6, Karandras gets wiped. That's a 1. I have 2 command points left, and yes, I'm going to command point this. Karandras has 1 wound left. Okay, your turn.
Right.
Ironclad. That's 2. He has 2 6-ups. No, I failed them both, so it's down to 2 wounds. The Terminators. That is 2 wounds. Does it kill a Terminator? 2 6s? Yes, it does. The explosion kills a Terminator. Now, D3 mortal wounds on Solgaro. He's got 2 left, I noticed. Oh, no. Don't roll a 5 or 6. You rolled a 1. Are you going to command point that? You've got a couple.
Did you use a command point on my character?
No, that didn't happen.
Did that not happen?
No.
Oh, well, this isn't going to happen either then.
Okay, so it isn't going to happen that you're going to...
Ching, command point spent.
Okay, come on then. Oh, no. All right. 6 up for Iron Hands and 6 up for his Warlord trait. No, he's down to 1 wound left. So explosions, detonations, psychic powers going boom all across the Eldar line. Karandras on 1 wound left. Brother Captain Solgara, my Warlord on 1 wound left. And I think that was the end of the shooting phase, unless...
No, yeah. I've got a couple of things left.
Have you? Oh, great.
Well, at least one.
What's
the
that?
warp spiders into that Razorback.
Okay, firing away with the thing. There's 6 shots, right? 3 shots each. Yeah. 5's to wound. 2 wounds at
minus 3.
Okay, 2 up at minus 3. 6s? No, it takes 2 damage. It's now crippled, which means if it moves, it's hitting on 4s, and if it shoots at you, it'll be hitting on 5s. Have you got anything else left to fire now, sir? Please don't say yes.
Yes, these 3 support weapons.
Oh, no. Yeah, okay, so deciding to fire the support batteries at the Terminator because I left the guy left with a heavy flamer, and his Scorpions would rather not deal with the heavy flamer. So D6 shots, 3. Hitting on 3s.
Yeah, 3s.
And it's strength 5.
Strength 6.
Is it?
But 6s are good for me.
Okay, so 2 wounds.
2 2-up saves.
2 2-up saves. And I make it. 2 2s there.
Next one.
5 shots. Yeah, because 6s are minus 3, right?
Yep.
So it'll burn through the armour. Oh, they all hit. And 4
6s.
wounds, 4 2-ups, and a 6-up Iron Hands. No, he takes a wound. He's down to 1 wound left. Sorry, I knocked off one of your on purpose. D6 shots with the other. 6 shots with the last support battery. Trying to take out this Terminator.
Oh, here are the 6s.
Yeah, you need 6s.
I need them now.
3 and 3 2-up saves. Snake Eyes.
2 6s.
2 6s to keep him alive.
You can do it.
Nope,
But
the Terminator falls. The support battery did what it was supposed to do, clearing the path for the Scorpions. Now we're on to the charge phase. The striking Scorpions made it in with these 3 scouts here, but I managed to take one out with Overwatch before they got in. Karandras, of course, still in the assault with an Ironclad, and then the other striking Scorpions came charging in to Brother Captain Sol. Garrow, and you said you're spending a command point on what?
I have just realised that I need to do all my Mandy Blasters first, because that happens at the start of the fight phase.
Okay, so which ones do you wish to resolve first?
Let's do the Scorpion's Bite, the big bad on Karandras.
This one?
Yeah, this goes off on a 5 or 6.
There's 1.
It's a mortal wound.
That's a mortal wound. He's got 2 left. 6-up save. No. Okay, so the Ironclad's down to 1 mortal wound.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9?
No, that can't be right.
3
6,
died.
7, 8.
Yeah.
3 died.
3 died in the explosion, or maybe 2 died in the explosion.
I think it was... No, it was 3. Which means one of those belongs to a different unit.
Okay, we'll put one of them over here. Yeah, move that one from there to there. Mistakes were made because there was a huge tide of green when you came in, and obviously one went off over there. There's always one guy, right?
My bad.
So now he's back in here. So what are you doing? 7 Mandy Blasters?
Yeah, any 6s cause a mortal wound.
Don't do it. That's 1 mortal wound. I have 1 wound left. 1 6-up Iron Hands.
You'll make it. He's made of sterner stuff.
1 6-up Iron Resolve. Soul Garrow falls.
Come on.
He falls. That is
to the
slay the
Scorpion's
Warlord.
Bite.
Right, and then 4 6s over here. Come on.
2.
There's 2 6-ups. And one of them lives.
Hooray!
Karandras versus Ironclad, hitting on
2s.
Okay. And he's strength 8, you said?
Yep.
So that's 3 hits. Wounding on 4s. Oh, no. You've got 1 command point left. He does D3 damage and he's got 1 wound left. And Karandras has got 1 wound left. Do you burn your last command point on a 50-50 chance to take out an Ironclad? Let's face it, he's going to explode too if you did so and kill Karandras, because there's been so many explosions going on.
It will be hard to bear the ignominy.
He's got to do it.
I'm going to have to do it.
he gets through. Right, so it's -3.
Yeah.
So all I need to do is make a 6. I can do that. I made a 1. And this is D3 damage. Where you're rolling over there. Yep.
2.
2 sixes.
2 6-up saves.
2 sixes to keep the Ironclad alive. He makes them both.
Oh my
2
god!
6 up, Iron Hands, Chapter Tactics save. Saul Garrow fell behind him. He said, "Avenge me, brother." And now he will. And in fact, we should have done the charging units first. We did that one. We should have done this one, but it doesn't really matter.
That means that's fine. That means that's... the internet will be angry if we don't go back and do that in a different order.
No, let's just do this one before I smash you with my Ironclad. So how many attacks do Striking Scorpions have anyway? I think it's 2.
2 base. Well, 1 on their sword.
So Exarch with the Biting Blade. And he hits on 3s. That's good. And it's +2, right? So he wounds on 3s.
Yep.
2 wounds. -1?
-2 from this one.
-2 from this one.
No, -1.
Okay, 5 ups. And a 6 ups. Iron Hands. And
2 6 Iron Hands, they do 2 damage.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay, so one of them falls, and then you have the 3 remaining chaps in on my Sergeant, because this all happens at the same time. So this is 6 attacks, hitting on 3s, and they would be strength 3, but it's strength 4 because of their close combat weapon. So wounding on, that's 1. 4 up save, and I make it.
Deary me.
Now I get to strike back. So, before we get onto the main event, my Sergeant is going to hit your Striking Scorpions. He hits on 3s. 2 hits, and he will wound on 3s because your Toughness Eldar. 1 wound at -3, that is a power sword. And he takes one of you down for sweet, sweet revenge. And now my Ironclad is going to kill Phoenix Lord.
He is.
3s to hit with his fists. Only 2 hits, but it is 2s to wound. 2 wounds at -3. You need 2 6s to keep him alive. I rolled 2 6s.
2 5s. I've got 2 up save.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay. No.
That's not it.
Karandras has fallen. You've burnt all your command points. Now I could consolidate into... I'm going to stay there. And that's the end of Eldar, turn 3. Right, morale on my Scout Sergeant. I lost 3 this turn. Plus, he would flee, and they shall know no fear. Don't roll a 6. 3 plus 5 is 8. He holds firm. The only other one we need to take is these Striking Scorpions who lost 3 in the explosion when the Storm Talon went pop. Their leadership 8, don't roll a 6. And they're fine. Okay, adding up the points all of a sudden. The Eldar kill 3 things. Storm Talon, the Terminators, and Saul Garrow. It was 12-7. That makes it 12-10. They get behind enemy lines and secure objective 4 twice. So it's 12-13. And they slay the Warlord.
Yep.
That's 12-14. It's 12 points to 14, but I managed to take down Karandras. So it's 13-14. So the Eldar suddenly sneak into... I had a good turn. The Eldar had a very good turn. It's 13 points to 14 as we go to turn 4. Here are the orders from High Command. Kingslayer, I have achieved that mission, High Command. That'll be D3 auto points. Blood and Guts, kill something in the assault phase. And Emperor's Retribution, I need to take an objective controlled currently by the Eldar. Here we are after the Space Marine movement phase. I need to kill something in the assault phase. So Ironclad charging in there after I shoot him. And as Saul Garrow fell, the tactical squad are scrambling through the ruins to recover his body from the Striking Scorpions there, or enact sweet revenge. And as for taking objective previously controlled by the Eldari, well, they were within 3 inches of this objective. So they were scoring it. So the Razorback, the injured Razorback, has moved round. And if I kill them, just shoot them off of it with a Stern Guard, I will now control that objective. So I have the potential to get a number of points here. The Scout's still locked in combat with these Striking Scorpions. That's about it. Oh, over here, those Scouts advancing forward. The bikes advancing forward through the ruins. These are the Scouts up here ready to throw plunging fire down on the support battery. There's also another squad in here. Basically, I've cleared out all enemies from this side of the battle grid and the forces that were here, and now moving up, ready to lend their weight of fire. Right, in the shooting phase, advancing units round here, and this thing hitting on 5s. Basically, firepower this way didn't do anything. Didn't do anything at all. And firepower from these guys firing in, because they're in a crater, and they had 2 up saves.
They're in their natural environment.
They're in their natural environment. These Scorpions didn't do anything. In fact, the only thing I've managed to kill so far is these 2 here. Shooting at them from the... It took both the Stern Guard and the Razorback to fire at them. Down here, pistol into there, didn't do anything. The Ironclad has only killed 1 of the Guardians so far. Long story short...
He's crippled that. He's taken 4 wounds off Warwalker.
Oh yeah, 4 wounds off a Warwalker with a Melter, and then the Heavy Flamer only got 1 hit on the Guardians. Most of my firepower is out of range or you're in very good cover right now, so it didn't do much damage. In fact, the only thing left to fire is the castle, is the Devastators and the Whirlwind and the Thunderfire. Now, I need to kill something in this shooting assault phase, so I want to weaken this unit.
But
all this unit, yeah, but not kill it. So let's drop the Thunderfire shells down on these Guardians, which is 3d3 shots, and that's not good enough.
My apologies.
So that's 6 shots hitting on 4s because of LATOC, and wounding on 3s at -1. So that's 3 wounds. You're not wholly within a crater. So that's 3 6-up saves, sir. Because they have a 5-up save normally, right?
Yep, 2 dead.
So 2 dead. Still haven't killed enough. So let's put a Whirlwind missile launcher on them as well.
Harsh.
A harsh spend of ammunition, but... Well, that's better. That's 6 shots. In fact, this might be too good. I might blow them up. But they are forced to hit. And that's a cocked dice, which I have to re-roll. 5 hits. Strength 7, Toughness Eldar, wounding on 2s. And that's 4 wounds at -1. And you've got 4 guys left, actually. So
I'll take the 4 guys. I could allocate to that if I wanted to. It's got a better save.
You can then, do it.
Yeah, I could, but yeah. No, to be fair, whilst it might be the better tactical thing to do to not, I'd rather a robot die than an Eldari. So
okay. So it's -1 on him. What's its normal save?
3 up.
So it becomes a 4 up, and you fail.
Fails.
It does 2 damage. Has that got 2 wounds? I think it has.
It might have, but if it does 2 damage, it's dead. So that's fine.
And then 3 6-ups, which you fail. So the platform dies, 3 of them die, leaving 1 left. So finally I might be actually kill something in the assault phase. See, the plan is coming together. And now the Devastators firing down at your Warwalkers. I need to check line of sight. Oh yeah, they have line of sight. Oh yes. So let's fire the Signum, which hits on a 3. And these guys hit on 4s. That is 2 hits, and the lance cannons, that is 2 wounds. They have 5 up invulnerable saves.
They do indeed. Power field.
Okay, you make 1, and then it does d6 damage. That one's on 2 left, and that's 2. It's dead. Does it blow up as well?
I don't know. We don't need to check.
It doesn't blow up. Then I've got the 3 heavy bolters going in there, hitting on 4s, 2 hits, wounding on 1 wound, and 1 more takes a wound. Okay, that's the end of my shooting phase. Long story short, lots of things out of line of sight or range. The firepower that could come in, the longer range stuff, has blown up a Warwalker and decimated a unit of Guardians, and that's about it. We're now onto the assault phase. This Guardian can overwatch my Dreadnought before he goes charging in there. Because on 6s...
Wouldn't that be funny?
Yeah. No. So the Dreadnought can go in, and that is a 2 and a 6. That's an 8-inch charge.
Okay, that's enough.
Craters only slow down infantry. Slow down walkers.
But you still only got 1 more.
So he's in, and that's it for charge. Should I charge some Striking Scorpions? No, because there's a combi flamer in that squad. You can charge me. And we've completed our mission. I just wanted to get through. Sol Garrow's icon has gone red, blinking in their helm, and they've come through to find out what happened to his body. And they can clearly see it's not there. So he slinked off, managed to get away. Maybe a flash of a teleport flare, and he's back up in the battle barge. He is not dead. You did not slay my warlord. He has just retreated safely.
Yeah, alright.
That's the narrative that I'm spinning. And now the Ironclad will smash a Guardian. 3s to hit. Rerolling 1s. 3 hits. Strength 12. Yeah. At -3. Dead Guardian. That's 2 wounds. Each does d3 damage. smush the Guardian, and now I get to consolidate towards the closest enemy model, which I'm not going to do. Then we have this fight, so I pick my...
Actually, start the fight phase, my Mandate Blasters fire.
Ah, damn it, I forgot about them. So this is 6s, right?
Yep.
Kill my scout.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, swing away, Sergeant. You've got to take these striking scorpions out. 3s to hit, 1 hit. 3s to wound, 1 wound, 1 6-up save, which you fail. I take down another striking scorpion. And then they get to pile in and strike my scout. So your Exarch?
3 hits. No.
Everything missed. And your normal guy?
Is he in cover?
Why?
He gets +1 to hit if he's in
On
cover.
top of the crate. We weren't counting the crates, were we?
I don't know. It's not come up before.
On off 1, 2, 3, he's in cover. No, he's not in
Not
cover.
in cover.
And
Right.
then the other ones.
The other scorpion.
1 hit.
1 hit. Doesn't win.
Doesn't wound. So he actually wins that combat. And I didn't
No
force...
such thing anymore. Winning combat.
No?
That's very 7th ed of you.
Is it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things said about me, I can assure you. That's the end of my turn. I killed something with a successful charge. I have taken up that objective there, so that is 2 points, and I get D3 points for Kingslayer earlier in the game. That's 2, so that's 4 points. That makes the score 17 points to 14, and I killed a unit of Guardians, and that's it. So it's 18 points to 14 as we go into Eldar, turn 4. Here are the Eldar objectives. They still want to get in my lines and secure objective 2. That isn't going to happen. Defend objective 4 is good. Their Die Avengers are sat on that. They'll score that in my turn. And Big Game Hunter, blow up one of those Razorbacks. Here we are after the Eldar movement phase, and here's objective 2, which they are not going to be able to secure. But defend objective 4. One of the support batteries has come back and is on it. That seems like a sure thing because the Dire Avengers have pushed forward. In fact, apart from the other support battery that pushed back here because of the encroaching scouts and bikers, pretty much everything else has pushed forward, including the War Walkers round that side. They want to get shots in on that Razorback. That's Big Game Hunter there. It's got 4 wounds left. It's smoking, it's steaming. They need to take it out, as well as the striking scorpions moving in for the kill on that tactical squad. So, right, starting off the shooting phase, the War Walkers advance, but they can shoot and advance because they can do that.
Freeze.
And that's,
Good grief.
that is bad. And strength 6, toughness 7. So you're going to be looking for those magical 5s and 6s,
Yeah.
particularly 6s. There's 2 6s.
And 2 5s.
2 6s are 2 6-up saves, which I fail, and then 2 3-up saves. So it's got 2 wounds left. After the War Walkers, we now have this Viper trying to put a missile up the tailpipe of this Razorback, hitting on 4 because it moved. And it hits this time, wounds on a 3, and it wounds -2. I need a 5-up, which I fail, and this does D6 damage. 1, and you've used all your command points. The Razorback is on 1 wound left. And you said you were putting the shuriken weaponry into the Dreadnought.
I did, and I am.
Okay, these are 3s to hit. 2 hits. Strength.
Oh, 4.
Toughness 8.
Yeah, well, 6 is what I'm after anyway.
6s are after, yeah. Nothing. The Dreadnought lives. Then the Scorpions fired in combat here, didn't kill the Sergeant. These Scorpions fired at the Tactical Marines here, killing 2 of them. Then the Razorback is attracting support weaponry fire from this one here. It's -1 to hit because it moved. How many shots?
2 shots.
2 shots. 4s to hit, like me shooting at you. 2 hits. 1 hit, sorry. 5s to wound. Doesn't wound.
This one didn't move.
The one that didn't move, okay. 5 shots hitting on 3s. And that was 2 hits.
Sorry, were you not?
It's okay.
My bad.
Crack on. And no wounds. And then the one that did move. 3 shots. This one hits on 4s. And he has 2 hits. 5s to wound. 1
What,
magical
-3?
6. -3. I need a 6. For Big Game Hunter, I rolled a 4. The Razorback is gone. Does it blow up? It does not blow up. After the Razorback went pop, these Dire Avengers unloaded on the tactical squad and just rinsed them. And now this squad of snipers firing at the Dreadnought, and you've got one of the magical 6s, which is a mortal wound. It has 1 wound left. I need to make a 6, with Iron Hands Chapter Tactics. I failed to make a 6.
Does it explode?
Does it explode? We've had lots of explosions.
There's something going on there.
No, it doesn't explode. The Ironclad just falls. And then the last thing left to fire was Illic Night Spear and these Rangers down at these scouts. Only killing one scout. It was Illic doing it. The scouts ducked and covered from the rest of the sniper fire, and that's it. That's your entire shooting phase over. You've killed 3 things though. You have killed the Razorback, the Dreadnought, and the Tactical Squad. So now we're on to the assault phase, and there's nothing in range of charging. It's just this assault here.
Mander Blasters.
Mander Blasters. 6s, no. And then your Exarch swinging away. 3s to hit, 2 hits, and
Strength 5.
3s to wound.
-1.
5s up. I fail them both.
2 wounds each.
6 ups. Oh, okay. He just falls. That's 4 things you've taken care of.
I will consolidate towards the nearest enemy because it'll put me
in your phase.
Cover.
So it was 18 to 14 in favour of the Space Marines, but as we just saw, you've killed 4 things. 1 in the assault, 3 in the shooting phase, makes it 18 to 18. And you've got Big Game Hunter, so it's 18 to 19. The Eldari are back in the lead, 18 to 19. And in my turn, they're going to score 2 points for defending Objective 4 over there. And we're about to descend into turn 5. And this is the dividing line. There is now no Imperial troops on this side of the roadway. And there's an awful lot of Eldar. The Warwalkers are still fine. The Viper's effective. We've got 2 units of Striking Scorpions, a chunk of Dire Avengers and Snipers. You're still very combat effective on that side of the ruin. Whereas around here, I've got a Tactical Squad, some Stern Guard. The castle back here is largely untouched. We're about 50-50 when it comes to troops, when it comes to assets remaining on the ground on this kill confirm mission.
And we're both largely out of range of each other.
We are. We're both largely out of range of each other. So this turn 5, the orders are going to be very critical. This is going to be a very interesting turn. Let's descend into the end phase. Here are the orders from High Command. They want me to take objectives and just destroy the Craftworld Eldar. Secure Objective 5 I can get to. Objective 6, not so much. And no prisoners, just kill stuff in the shooting phase or the assault phase. Here we are after the Space Marine movement phase. I can't secure Objective 6, but I am all over Objective 5. I'm definitely getting that one. Remember, there's 1 point in it. And this will now draw me the game, plus I'm behind enemy lines. I'm in their deployment zone if the game ends. This squad's staying back here next to that objective, just in case that comes up in a future game turn if we go into 6 or 7. The scouts have a commanding position on this side of the battle grid, ready to plunge some fire down. And the Stern Guard are moving forward. The Storm as well, hopping all the way from over there to over there, because there are 2 Striking Scorpions hiding down in cover there, and I mean to kill them with bullets. So no prisoners is the order. Let's do it. This unit of bikes firing everything at this support battery because it's got 2 wounds left.
Yep.
So these 3 are in rapid fire, so I am hitting on 3s, and quite a few of them are in rapid fire, to be honest. So they missed, they missed, they missed. And that was 9 hits. Strength 4, Toughness 5 with 2 wounds left.
Yep.
I need 5s, and I get 1.
Oh my god.
1 5. 1
I save it.
So the Razorback is going to have to shoot at you. So 5 shots with this, 12 shots with this assault cannon. What am I talking about? 5s to hit, however, because it's heavy and it moved. And that was good. That was 6 hits. I need 3s to wound, and I get 6 wounds at -1. Normally a 4-up save, down to a 5-up save.
Come on. Not so much.
Not so much, no. No prisoners achieved, sir. Moving from there over to here. Now the Whirlwind, it would be great if I could fire all the way across at that battery that's defending that objective, but I'm out of range. I can't reach out and touch him. And if I fired the Thunderfire cannon down there, well, I'm hitting on 4s and then wounding on 4s, and then he's got some... I'm not going to be able to do enough damage with the Thunderfire cannon. I think he's securely defending that objective. So instead, I need to throw the firepower where I can maximize damage. Because remember, if I kill 3 units, any 3 units, I will get D3 points. So let's start off with the Landspeeder Storm, out of range of the 18-inch range Cerberus launcher for the Striking Scorpions, but we are in range of the Heavy Bolter, but we're hitting on 5s because we moved. 1 hit. We're wounding on a... That doesn't wound. Would be hitting on 3s, then 4s, then 5s because of Fieldcraft. Now firing with this to them. So is it an additional -1 to hit? Striking Scorpions?
Nope.
It isn't. Okay, Thunderfire Cannon. 4d3 shots. 6, 7, 9 shots. Raining in, hitting on 4s. That was 5 hits. I'll be wounding on 3s because it's Strength 5 versus Toughness 3. 4 wounds, and it is -1. You're +1 because you're in cover. -1, so 4 3-up saves. And 2 die.
Lose 1 of him and lose 1 wound on the Exarch.
Says 1. Is he still alive?
He's still alive, I'm afraid, sir.
Damn it. How annoying is that? I'm going to have to drop a missile launcher on him from the Whirlwind. So Vengeance Launcher coming in. This number of shots, only 3. 3 shots hitting on 4s. 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. 2 wounds at -1. And he lives. He lives, denying me that point. And he's out of range and line of sight to everyone else, which is annoying. Now this unit of Sternguard will fire at those striking Scorpions. This will work a lot better, surely. It must. 4s to hit, because of Alatok. 3 hits. 3s to wound.
Is that all?
3 wounds, -2, +1 because you're in a cover. So 3 4-ups.
No.
No, 3 of them die. Right, and then let's fire a heavy bolter from the Devastators down there, and then the las cannons are going to pick on this unit of Warwalkers here. So the heavy bolters, I'm going to use the Signum on the heavy bolters, so back up to 3s. And I only hit once. And I wound on a 3. And a wound, so that's a 3-up save, because it's +1, -1. Yep. And then 3 las cannons coming this way, but 4s to hit. 1 hit. And 3s to wound. No wounds. And at the end of my shooting phase, I've only killed 1 thing, a support battery. That was very disappointing. So let's charge bikes into this battery here. One of the bikers took a win to Overwatch. Now I need an 8. And that's a 10. We are in. And this is where we are after the combat. Did 1 wound to it. Just 1 with my Power Claw. Lightning Claw, not Power Claw. Those are the things that orcs have. And that's the end of Space Marines turn 5. So at the end of turn 5 for the Space Marines, I kill a unit, a support weapon battery, because they act as individual units after you put them down. I did secure objective 5 over here with the Razorback and the Scouts. So that's 2 points, bringing it up to 20 points to 19, and +1 more point for killing one of the Asiani units. So it's 21 points to 19. Just checking over my shoulder. Yep. 2 points in the lead so far.
Actually, sir, I successfully defended objective 4 at the end of your turn.
Oh yeah.
So it's 21 points all.
21 points. You're absolutely right. Now we go on to Eldar. Turn 5. Can they win this game? Will it end in this turn? Will Craftworld Alatok complete their mission and cut the strands of fate in this kill-confirmed game? Eldar, turn 5. Here are the Eldar orders in turn 5. No prisoners, just kill stuff. Scour the skies, kill that land speeder storm. It has the fly keyword. And mission critical objective secure objective 6. So the game is a dead draw, and the Eldar already control this mission critical objective number 6. Easy. The striking Scorpion slinking back into the shadows there, and slinking back over there, keeping safe and denying me those kill points. And now he just needs no prisoners, kill something with a fly keyword. Well, the Viper can see the land speeder storm, as can the Warwalkers. And that's pretty much it. This thing falling out of combat, so it won't be shooting. The Dire Avengers taking cover in the crater. They will be shooting through the wall here. So the Eldar consolidating.
These guys can see those bikes as well. Can the guys in the tower up there.
Yes, so. Yes. Sniper fire will be coming down, plunging onto the bikes as well, trying to clear away the back lines here. The Eldar trying to consolidate their position. No psychic phase. Let's go on to the shooting phase. Okay, coming around here, starting off the shooting phase, Warwalkers into this land speeder storm, wanting to take it out. 3s to hit. You stayed still. And its strength of the weaponry is
6.
And I'm only toughness 5 on this Warwalker. Now these shuriken weaponry as well. On 6s, does it sting?
Yep.
Okay. And you only get 2 6s.
That's a shame.
2 6s.
4s are wounds though, aren't they? Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so the 4s are 4-up saves, which I make. It takes 2 wounds, it's got 5 left. You're going to have to hit it with a missile launcher, sir.
Let's do that then.
Okay, missile launcher coming in hot.
Nope.
Misses.
Not
You have
gonna get
no command points left. Sniper fire is out of range of the land speeder storm, so can't shoot at him with that. Instead, shooting at the bikes with this squad here, 3s to hit. That's pretty good shooting, and it's 5s to wound, strength 4, toughness 5,
yep.
but 6s cause multiple wounds in addition. And you get nothing at all. The bikes dodge right and left and avoid the firepower. You're going to fire at them with this squad here?
Yes, but I'm going to do the Dire Avengers first.
Okay, they rinsed this tactical squad last turn. They should have no problems against these bikes. 10 Dire Avengers, 22 shots. Just as an addendum, we did do the morale test on these Striking Scorpions off camera. They did pass. Anyway, 3s to hit with all these Dire Avengers. That was 15 hits. We're now wounding on 5s. No Bladestorm either.
Well, two Bladestorm.
2 Bladestorm and a 5. So the 5 is a 3-up. There is a bike on 1 wound left. He's still alive. And the Bladestorms are 6s. No, so that bike dies and 1 takes a wound.
Hands.
Oh yeah, Iron Hands. That bike dies and 1 takes a wound. So only 1 casualty taken so far. Now these snipers firing down at the bikes as they race past the window. 3s to hit. And you get 4 hits. And now you need 5s to wound. 1 wound, 1 3-up save. And 1 6-up Iron Hands tactics. No. 1 bike was on a wound, so he falls. So Ignite Spear will take a shot, hitting on a 2. And wounding on a 2. And that's a wound. I do get a 6-up. Which I make.
Pass.
He makes it. We dodge right, we dodge left, and we survive. So you only have the Night Spinner, the support battery left to fire. You need no prisoners. So firing in at the scouts, this is the smallest unit, and they're in the open. So how many shots? 2.
Too few.
Too few shots. It didn't move. 3s to hit, and 3s to wound. There's a 6, which I won't get a save, but the 5-up I'll get a 4-up save, and then 2 Iron Hands Chapter Tactics, 2 6s, no. 2 of them will fall, but I am leadership 8, so I will not need to take a morale test. And talking about morale tests, don't need to take a morale test there. You don't get no prisoners, you haven't killed anything.
Oh, wow.
You haven't got Scour the Skies. You did defend this mission critical objective, so it's plus 1 point for you. And it's the end of turn 5, and the player who goes first rolls a dice. And I've got behind enemy lines. So it brings it back to a draw. It brings it 22 points each if the game ends in turn 5. I don't know how I feel about that. We've come a long way. I feel like there should be a victor. We shall see what the dice
gods say.
We go on to turn 6. Here are the Space Marine orders. Defend Objective 3, which the Stern Guard are stood on. No mercy, no respite. Basically make the Eldar, kill an Eldar unit or make them fail a morale test. Just spill their blood. And death from above. The Land Speeder Storm, which the Eldar had to take out last turn. If it kills something, I'll get an additional point. However, I think I'm just going to jump it back over here to keep it safe. Because Paul cannot ditch Scour the Skies or cannot ditch no prisoners.
And I would have ditched Scour the Skies.
Because of the kill confirm mission.
Yeah.
Yep. Here we are after my movement phase. The scouts and the bikers now behind enemy lines in case the game ends, and the Razorback staying still because I want to fire as much bullets down at these Dire Avengers here and try and kill them. I don't know how much damage I can do, but hopefully in the morale phase they might run away. So that's happening there. That's a good idea. Remember, I just get a point if I kill something, as well as the point for killing something. These guys staying still. The Land Speeder Storm advancing up and over tactically. Space Marine tactics. Don't want to lose something with the fly keyword, and you have to kill it. You can't discard that card. And the Stern Guard fanning out to help defend Objective 3. So for no mercy, no respite, the Thunderfire Cannon firing up and over on this lone Striking Scorpion here. This will be worth a point, or 2 points indeed. This is how many shots I get. 8 shots, hitting on 4s. For 3 hits, only 3 hits. I need 3s to wound. 1 wound at -1. So 1, and you make it. Me and Paul just had a bit of a chat afterwards, because my orders with this land speed of storm are to come forward and kill something, but I'm being tactical and I'm holding them back. And what is it? You can't...
No, I said that of all the other tactical decisions, that's the only one I can't reconcile a reason for doing, because he's been ordered to go forward and take out something critical.
Yes, but there could be some more striking scorpions or outflanking warwalkers coming on this way, and he thinks
you just said, Winters?
something is pinging on the Auspex over here, and he's going to check it out.
You also said he'll be shot for cowardice later.
He will be shot for cowardice later as well. He's staying back there. Right, I need to kill this thing. This is okay. So 2d3 shots with the whirlwind. Two shots with a whirlwind. This is a point. I have to kill him. 4's to hit. 1 hit. 2's to wound. That's a wound at -1. And he's alive. Need no mercy, no respite. So this Devastator squad, the heavy bolter is going to fire at those Dire Avengers down there, and the 3 las cannons are going to fire on that Viper. It is getting +1 for cover because it's in those 50% obscured there. Let's fire the Signum, hitting on a 3, and the other 2 hitting on 4s. So 2 hits, wounding on 3s. Snake eyes. I've got 1 command point. I need to spend it. Let's spend it. That's a wound. -3 to your save. +1 to your save because you're in a cover and obscured. 6. Which you fail. It's got 3 wounds left. I've got no command points left. I need this to be at least a 3. And it's a 1. It just takes 1 wound. Heavy bolters in the Dire Avengers. 4's to hit the Dire Avengers. Hey, 4. And 2 wounds on the Dire Avengers. +1, -1. So 1 Dire Avenger dies. This is not going well. The Emperor's punishing me for my cowardness. Right, so he stays still. 4's to hit these Dire Avengers. Killed 1 so far. If I can't rinse them away, hopefully the morale phase will do it. 4's to hit. 6 hits. 2's to wound. 5 wounds at -1, but +1 because you're in terrain. So 5 4-up saves. And 2 more die. Okay, 3 down. Now rapid firing bolt gun death from those bikers there.
There's more.
8 hits. 3's to wound.
Yeah, this looks more like it.
6 wounds, but +1 to save, so 6 3-ups. 3 more die.
4 more, sir.
4 more.
4 more.
7 have died so far, and they are in range of the Stern Guard, because it's 30-inch range with rapid fire, special ammunition bolt guns. 4's to hit, however. And I get 4 hits. That's nice and statistically average. Strength 4, toughness 3. 3 wounds at -2, but +1 because you're in a cover. So 3 5-ups.
No.
3. And that's 2 more dead. And does the Exarch have 2 wounds?
Yep.
But he will definitely flee in the morale phase because...
Unless I spend...
You don't have any command points left.
I won't be doing that then, will I?
No. And that's it. I'm not assaulting anywhere. The bikes can't go up a level. So in the morale phase, he lost 9 around him. You got no... He dies. And that is no mercy, no respite. That's a point. Bringing the game to a draw. 22 points to 22, plus an extra point because of the kill orders, because of the mission we're playing. 23 points to 22. I am now 1 point in the lead. I should get this objective 2 more points in my turn. But so far, it's 1 point to the ascendancy for the 13th as we go into Eldar, turn 6. Here are the Eldar objectives. No prisoners, just kill stuff. Scour the skies. If those spinners can fire indirectly and land on that speeder, he could do that one. And secure objective 6.
They're 2 foot out of range.
They're 2 foot out. Okay, so they're not going to do that. And secure objective 6, which you're already on. Here we are after the Eldar movement phase. They're securing this mission critical objective, defending objective 6 one more time. The Scorpions are coming out of cover. They need to stop me getting line breaker, and we've got some scouts left in the backfield, right and left, some assets that can stop the bikes from scoring line breaker, maybe. And the Warwalkers coming forward to throw everything they can into this unit of Stern Guard to try and stop them defending objective 3. It's on a knife edge here. Let's go on to the shooting phase. Starting off the shooting phase, the Viper firing a sunburst missile down into the Vanguard.
D6 shots.
Stern Guard, sorry. 3 shots. You're going to be hitting on 3s, and it's strength 4.
Yep. 3 hits.
-1 AP. Force to wound.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. I have 2 4-up saves. And 2 6-up by enhanced chapter tactics. No, 2 of the Stern Guard fall so far. Now the War Walkers, 12 shots coming in hot. 3s to hit. And 3s to wound. Looking for the 6s for that.
Magic 6s.
Yeah, Shuriken Bladestorm weaponry. 3s. That's a lot of 6s.
That's 4 normal saves and 3 at -3.
Okay, so 4 normal saves. And I failed 2. And 3 6-up saves. And I make 1. So 2 + 2 is 4 Iron Hands Chapter Tactics saves. And I make 1 of them. 3 more Stern Guard go, meaning that the morale phase is going to be interesting because I've lost 5 of them. From here over to there, the Scorpion's firing at the scouts, doing no damage. Now back to the Stern Guard, taking fire from the support battery there. The first one, how many shots? 1 shot, hitting on A3. That's a hit. Wounding on A3. Does a wound. 3-up save. 6-up Iron Hands. No, another one dies. That's 6 of them fallen. Next one.
Next battery.
1 shot.
1 shot. Hits.
Hits.
Wound -3.
I need a 6-up.
And a 6-up.
No, and 1 is left, and I have lost 7 Marines. And we've just checked and double checked. Illic Night Spear can see through the corner of that building there. He is in range, hitting on a 2, and wounding on a 2. And he doesn't wound. So the 2 rangers on the top platform can see the Stern Guard, the other rangers firing at the bikes, but more importantly, let's do the 2 on the top platform that can see this Stern Guard, trying to polish him off. 1 hit, wounding on a 4, 6s cause mortal wounds. That's a 6. So I need a 6.
Iron Hands. Come on.
No, the Stern Guard falls, and that is no prisoners, and that stops me defending objective 3. Then the remaining snipers, and these snipers firing in at the bikes, just causing 1 wound. And that's the end of the shooting phase. Now we're on to the assault phase. And Scorpions going in against these scouts. The Scorpions make it into close combat with the 2 remaining scouts. And the Scorpions wipe out those scouts with ease, consolidating towards the closest enemy unit, which is that squad of bikes there, which fortunately sticks them on the other side of the wall. And that's the end of Eldar. Turn 6. Now, they did get no prisoners, and they are securing that objective, which puts them 1 point in the lead, and they killed 2 units, which puts them 3 points in the lead. The Eldari are in the ascendancy here. The game ends on a 1-2-3, and it's Paul's turn to roll the dice for a Craftwell victory. It's a Craftwell victory. This is the way the world ends. So in turn 6, we come to a close. It was a draw in turn 5, and if it had gone on to turn 7, I just don't, it was so close all the way through. For such a high point scoring game, it went one way, it went the other way. I think that was an overwhelming assault. That went horribly wrong for you and for me. There was so much death and destruction and explosions and psychic failure, and
it's that objective. It's come up again and again and again.
It has.
For both of us.
Yes.
And everything near that could explode has exploded.
Yes, and mines being melted. And when I look across the battle grid, you've got a couple of support units back here and some spinners and some tinkering, and I've got a couple of support units back here essentially, my Thunderfire, my Whirlwind and the Devastators, and I've got a couple of tinkering. It's so evenly matched for such a high point scoring game. It is frightening. So at the end of the day, in this kill confirmed mission, the Eldar drew the Space Marines to this place, drew them into this trap to cut away the strands of fate, to find the person and kill the person that would hurt Craftworld Alatok in the future, and they have succeeded in their mission. They can now slink off back to the webway. It is an Eldari victory. So we'll take it to close it off here. Thank you very much for watching this battle map, brought to you by GameMat.eu. Thank you to all my patrons that support me. You guys are awesome. Thanks to Paul for coming all the way down again. You finally get one in the bag, sir.
Hooray!
Congratulations. And I hope everyone enjoyed this battle report very much. I enjoyed playing it. I just had no idea which way it was going to go. And it felt good to throw my captain into the jaws of death one more time. There's far too many games where you've got the captain-lieutenant combo at the back of the field doing the wands and doing the reroll wands to wound and all that shenanigans. I miss the days when the captains were charging forward with a sword in their hand, knowing no fear. That's why I had to do it. It might not have been the best tactically thing to do, but narratively, it made me smile.
Well, it's something that we talked about earlier, whilst we were in the middle of playing. I think you had a lot of transports that you didn't have any guys in.
Yeah.
If you were coming up the table with your general, you could have had Razorbacks full of tactical marines or stern guard, land speeders full of scouts, and had more presence up here, more bodies, more bolter. In your face. I think perhaps Solgaro was just a little bit under-supported for the down-the-throat charge. But then again...
It just felt so good.
It was epic, my friend.
And what didn't feel so good is this guy staying alive. I think if I'd have killed him, I might have actually won the game because I could have drawn more cards as well. But anyway, the striking scorpion slinking in and out the shadows probably won you that game. Congratulations to all Asiani fans out there. Thank you very much for watching. Happy wargaming.